はじめまして、スーパーな Wii U です。画面が高精細になりました。画面付きの新しいコントローラー Wii U ゲームパッド、テレビ画面と一緒に遊びます。テレビを番組に切り替えてゲームパッドだけでゲームの続きを遊ぶこともできます。ゲームの他にもスーパーなことがたくさん。スーパーな Wii U。
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is RedSunGamer, son of a podcast, episode Wii U. Yep, it's not episode 50, unfortunately, because most of the crew are absent. It's just myself and Cheesemeister. Hi,
Hello.
Cheesemeister.
What's up?
I'm good, man. It's getting pretty cold here in Nagoya. How about in Kyoto?
Yeah, it's cooling down. We've got the fall leaves changing already.
Yeah, it's nice red leaves, right?
Yeah, until some stupid maintenance crew went and chopped down all of the branches off the trees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on my walk to work in the morning, there are trees lining the street, but the maintenance workers came and chopped down the branches. I don't know why. I think it's part of the annual maintenance. I guess the branches grow back every year in that particular species. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, they've been doing that along the highway I take every day to school.
Really?
Yeah. So 2 lanes have been chopped down to 1. So I have to leave like 30 minutes earlier every day to actually get to work. So that's pretty fun. So okay. So this is a Wii U edition of RedSunGamer. Yeah. So we've been away for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to get something out to say, hey, we're still alive. Don't worry. We'll be back.
Right.
Life gets in the way sometimes. And life is it's been in the way for about almost 2 months now. So, I need to get something out there to say we are not dead.
We are here.
We are here. So today is going to be a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of just going to focus on Nintendo have been throwing out a lot of information on the Wii U.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, finally, right? It's out in the States in, a week?
Less than a week now.
Less than a week. When is it out in the States again? Can you tell us?
It's Sunday, November 18th, which is just 6 days away.
Okay, and for us lucky folks in Japan, we don't get it till?
Saturday, December 8th.
December 8th, like 3 weeks later, right?
Yeah, that's going to be excruciating.
Yeah, watching everyone in the States have it for 3 weeks is going to be, kind of excruciating. But I guess the tables are turned because normally it's us with it first and everyone in the States and Europe going, oh, man, I wish I was in Japan. So
yeah, but console launches, it's like if we get a console launch 3 weeks after the rest of the world, I mean, what? Remind me again why we moved to Japan in the first place?
You moved to Japan just to get a console?
Well, I mean, that's one of the fringe benefits of moving to Japan is getting all the cool video game stuff early.
Yeah, but...
like months or years early.
Yeah, 6 months early, right? Normally.
Yeah, I mean, it really varies. I mean,
you
can often get a whole lot of gaming goodness before the rest of the world and then be the first to break word of what's going on with any particular system or title or
what
have you.
Yeah, but they've turned the tables on us, and they're basically just going to release this machine and basically just let us suffer for 3 weeks while everyone else goes, this is great or this is terrible or whatever. But I'm kind of looking forward to it. Nintendo have kind of. They put me on this hype train. I don't know why. I normally try to avoid the hype train, but it stopped at my station, and the tickets were kind of free, so I jumped on.
Oh.
You know,
well, it's not free. It's like
it's free for me because I've sold some stuff. I haven't. I'm not. I'm basically to fund my Wii U. I've sold a bunch of stuff, so kind of there's no real money coming out of my pocket, so to say.
Well, I got tax refunds to cover my system.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So, as I said, this episode is going to be focused on the Wii U. We're not going to be doing any kind of what we've been playing because we really want to keep this until the crew is back and we can bounce off each other about what we've been playing. There's only 2 of us, and both myself and Cheesemeister, we've both been playing totally different games, and there's not we can't really bounce off each other about what we've been playing because like it'll be kind of a one-sided conversation. So I'd rather keep that until the whole crew's back together and we can talk amongst ourselves like a proper conversation. You find it's like a friend's house and everyone's talking about games. That's the way I want to keep it, not like a one-sided conversation. So
yeah, let's skip the monologues. How about that?
Yeah. So basically, one thing that I will keep though is an opening question.
All right.
And my opening question is before you knew any Japanese, do you remember butchering any Japanese video games or video game characters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go first because I normally go first. If you ask the question, you have to answer it first. So I think mine's kind of a norm. I think everyone used to do this.
No.
I think everyone did. Well, back in the day, Ninja Gaiden.
I never said that.
You never? Oh, look at you.
Not one.
On the throne.
I always said Ninja Gaiden.
Did you know hiragana before that, though?
I did not. And moreover, it wasn't even written in hiragana. It was written in kanji on the box.
Right, okay. So, but yeah, I always said Ninja Gaiden. And another one was from Street Fighter. Instead of saying Ryu, yeah, I used to say Ryo.
You said Ryo.
Or Ryo or Ru.
I said Ryu.
Or Ryu as well. Yeah, there was so many different pronunciations of it. I always got it wrong. Always.
Yeah, and then you heard that soundbite in the game, and you think it's a mispronunciation. It's like you. It's like, what do you mean you?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, it's like you could barely hear the R.
Yeah, you could never hear the R because obviously the sound chip in the Super Nintendo wasn't amazing. It was great for the time, but yeah, you could never hear the R.
For synthesized MIDI tracks.
Yeah, but not so good for voice.
Digitized voices, yeah, not so hot.
Not so hot. So yeah, I used to say Ryo or Ryu.
I said Ryu.
Ryu, yeah, Ryu is one of them. But yeah, and then when basically when you learned, well, when I learned hiragana, I felt like a total idiot. It was like, I've been saying it wrong for like 10 years. You know?
Well, here's one that really makes me slap my forehead.
Okay, go for it.
I said Miyamoto.
Miyamoto?
Yeah.
I never got that one wrong because I actually met him back in 2000 and I got his name right.
Right. Well, I mean, I started learning Japanese in 1999. So
okay.
By that time, I did know the proper pronunciation, but just looking at the name in text,
right?
You know, as a little kid, you know, you think, oh, is that a long I? Oh, okay, Miyamoto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had no idea it was me.
Yeah. It's amazing when you actually you do study a little bit of Japanese and you do get your hiragana down, and then you realize you start to like look at stuff that you used to, like look at like previous, and then everything's like you look at everything in a new light.
Right. It's like, oh
idiot. My god, yeah, I feel like a dumbass.
The name is Dumas.
Yeah. Okay. Have you got another one?
Yeah, I've got two more.
Oh, really? Okay. Go on, make yourself sound stupid. I used to call
large yellow birds Kokobo.
You used to ride a Kokobo?
I rode a Kokobo.
Did you have a Kokobo in your afro?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was rocking the afro with the Kokobo.
Excellent. And a Kokobo should be called what?
Chocobo.
A Chocobo. Hey.
Yeah, I thought it was like derived from the word chocolate, so I would use the term cocoa.
Right.
Cocoa beans.
Yeah, because Japanese like to say choco.
Yeah, as in chocoreto.
Yeah, chocolate. But yeah, they shorten it to choco.
Right.
Yeah,
and like whether or not that is the namesake of Chocobo or not, I couldn't say for sure, but
right.
It's certainly the katakana.
Is that your most embarrassing one?
It's hard to say which is, but the Odin summon in games like Final Fantasy VIII, I would pronounce Zantetsuken. Zantetsuken.
Oh, you sound silly.
It's completely wrong.
Yeah, it's
Zantetsuken.
Actually, in those games, they were not voice digitized, were they?
No, it was just
text, right?
Text.
Yeah, so you hadn't
take the best stab at it.
Yeah, so I mean, for somebody who didn't know any Japanese back in the day, it was just text, right?
Right.
So I can kind of let you off with it. I mean, if it was voice digitized and obviously there was a voiceover and you could hear the voice, but you still got it wrong, maybe I could give you some crap. But
like Ryu.
Yeah, Ryu. Ryu. Hey.
Right.
That's wrong. Anyways, that was the opening question. So I think we should get into Nintendo Direct.
Yes.
Iwata came out with a new haircut. That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh, he's got a haircut. So yeah, I was happy about that.
That's one thing I really can't stand about working in Japan is whenever you do get a haircut, everyone around you just stops everything they're doing and they point at your head and they say, oh, new haircut.
Yeah, new haircut. It's like, get on with it. Like, you're all adults. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like, really? Is that all you can say is for a greeting? It's like, oh, new haircut.
Well, try working in like 4 elementary schools and think how many kids that you would teach at 4 elementary schools and how many times the kids say that when you walk into class.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, it's an entire week of it. And
yeah.
So it's an entire week of like over 1,000 kids.
Oh, no.
Try that one.
I'm halfway tempted to just get a haircut every 3 or 4 weeks to keep it more or less the same so nobody notices.
Nobody notices. No, some of my kids are convinced that I wear a wig. Because I can put my hands on the top of my head and I can like move my scalp so it looks like my entire my hair is like just like a piece.
Like a bug, huh?
Yeah, and like I always walk into class and I just put the hands on the top of my head and then like move my whole scalp and they just like kind of just fall on the floor laughing, thinking I've got a wig, and then basically they're trying to pull my hair off and stuff, which isn't kind of good, but yeah, it gives you a headache. But anyways, like Iwata's got a haircut.
Iwata's hair though was the unboxing ceremony.
Right, so this was it was what, 8 o'clock at night in Japan time?
Yeah, Japan time, 8 in the evening.
In what day was this?
Oh, this was the 25th of October.
The 25th? Was that the Wii U
Thursday.
unboxing? It wasn't, was it?
Yeah, it was.
The 25th?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Am I like that behind? And I don't know where the hell I am. I must have been like Back to the Future or something, because I swear that was only like last week.
Yeah, it was almost 2 weeks ago already.
No way. Really?
No, it's almost 3 weeks ago.
No! When he did the unboxing?
Like 2.5 weeks ago, yeah.
The unboxing of the Wii U?
Uh-huh.
And he did the chat with Reggie that was over 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
No. No,
Yeah.
I must have been like hibernating. I must be a bear or something and I don't know it. Are you sure?
No, take it back. It was November 7th.
There you go. Thank you very much. I didn't think I was a bear.
There was a different one on the 25th. There was just so many.
Yeah, there's so many, right?
There was another Nintendo Direct on the 25th on something entirely different.
Right. Okay.
They're just all piling up, and we haven't had a
podcast in like 6 weeks. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm talking about the one that was on the was it the 8th or the 7th? You said
it was the 7th. Yeah. Okay.
The 7th. Yeah.
7th.
Thank you. I thought I wasn't crazy, and I'm
yeah,
not.
it was last week Wednesday.
Right. Okay. So this was at 8 o'clock last week Wednesday.
Right.
I watched this live in the gym.
Yeah.
I was sitting down on the bike, on the exercise bike, just pedaling away, watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like about 4. Well, I wouldn't say kids, but like 18-year-olds, like looking over my shoulder.
High school kids.
Yeah, basically baseball kids trying to get some meat onto them skinny little bones. So they're looking, they're watching over my shoulder, watching the Iwata unwrap the Wii U, which was kind of amusing because I was laughing, thinking. He's put everyone out of a job because this is the first thing that like every site does is like a Wii U unboxing, and it's what everybody
beats them all to the punch.
Yeah, exactly. Like everybody on YouTube, like including me,
Right.
He's going to do an unboxing, but Iwata did it first. So, like, straight from Nintendo, I was like, damn you.
It's like, I couldn't believe what he was doing. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah, I think it was good, though. Although he did get the stanza the wrong way around, and he kept on saying, "Oh, I'm really nervous" and stuff like that, which was quite amusing. It's the first time I've ever unboxed anything, and I was like, "Really?"
It was really hilarious because he put on these white gloves.
Well, that's kind of traditional though with Japan, though, right? When you touch something, like when you go to a jewelry store, they're like, yeah, everything's like white gloved.
Yeah,
even taxi drivers.
Treatment.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So let's kick off with this Nintendo unboxing. It was a premium set, right? The premium set?
Right. Yeah, it was the first time he'd ever unboxed a Wii U, as a matter of fact. So he was just, taking it one step at a time, seeing what was in there and how it was packed.
I thought it was quite amusing.
Yeah, there were two shelves that come out when you open the box. They're just plain brown cardboard colored, unlike the Wii's white and blue colored paper shelves.
Right. So okay, so in these two shelves, can you explain what was in them?
Right. So apparently on the top shelf you've got all of the accessories and instruction manuals.
Okay.
And if there's a packing game, there'll be a packing game there.
And Japan doesn't get a packing game, so yeah.
No, if you get the premium set in Japan, you get a Dragon Quest X beta voucher.
Woohoo! Which doesn't activate until like next year.
Whenever they start the beta.
Yeah. But still basically nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So you get a piece of paper that allows you into the beta next year.
Okay.
Along with the instruction manual and the beta voucher, you've got the system's AC adapter, the gamepad's AC adapter.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Japan does not get a sensor bar.
So explain to me why we don't get a sensor bar. What's going on with that?
Basically, they assume that you already own a Wii U and you'll just be able to use the sensor bar that you already have.
Okay.
And if you need an extra set, you can buy a special bundle with a Wii Remote Plus and a sensor bar and a nunchuck.
But hang on. So do you need the sensor bar even if you're not going to use a Wiimote?
No, but a lot of games will be using Wiimotes as second, third, fourth, and fifth controller.
So say, for instance, you're going to be playing the Wii U by yourself. You've got no friends and you live in the basement of your mom's house.
Right.
And you only play games by yourself. Are you going to need a Wiimote sensor bar?
Probably.
Still?
Yeah, I can imagine some games will be using the Wii remote pointer in some instances when pointing at the TV. I can't see all games totally giving that up 100%. There is a sensor bar built into the Wii U gamepad for pointing at the Wii U gamepad.
Okay.
But that's a completely different user case scenario.
Right. Okay, so if you live in the basement of your mom's house, you still need it.
Hold on to your sensor bar, basically.
Hold on to your sensor bar.
Unless you live in the West, in which case you'll get a new sensor bar.
Why are we constantly screwed in Japan? For the start, we don't get it for 3 weeks after everyone else. Then we don't get a packing game. More. And then we don't get a sensor bar.
And we're paying more.
What gives?
Yeah, and the exchange rate's messed up too. So.
Yeah. So what gives?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of wanting to make adequate user base penetration in the West, where Nintendo's facing more of an uphill battle in terms of its competition, whereas in Japan,
they're walking away with
Japan, pretty much has this market locked up.
Pretty much. Well, for the handheld anyway.
For the handheld and in large part for the console space, at least when the Wii U was in its heyday. For the Wii U, it'll have its heyday for...
You mean for the Wii?
A couple of years.
You mean for the Wii? The Wii U's not out yet. The Wii U hasn't had a heyday yet. No,
Wii U will have its heyday for at least a couple of years here.
Yeah, it will do. It will do, definitely. Okay, so in the box we have a HDMI cable as standard.
Yeah.
Welcome to the next gen Nintendo.
Yeah, it's the first system ever to have an HDMI cable standard in the box.
In Japan. Well, didn't the Xbox 360 have one?
No.
You sure?
It was not standard.
They didn't. I'm pretty sure you used to get one with it until they decided to pull it out.
Pulled out HDMI? No. At launch, the Xbox 360 did not have HDMI output.
No. At launch it didn't, but I'm pretty sure when they updated the machine to have HDMI, I'm pretty sure it was in the box.
It might have been packed in later, but certainly not at launch.
Okay, but it's not in there now either because they've taken it out again.
Oh, they're removing the HDMI output? Really?
No, the HDMI output's still in there, but the cable
they're just taking away the cable?
Yeah. You just got a bog standard RCA cable.
Yeah, PS3 likewise was not originally packed with an HDMI cable. I don't know if it is now.
I'm pretty sure these next generation of systems will all have HDMI cables anyway. They'll have to because in Japan, 2011, they switched over to digital, and basically everyone needs a digital TV. Right,
so everyone finally upgraded.
Yeah. So I think from now on, HDMI will be a standard, and those disgusting RCA cables will be a thing of the past. I hate those damn cables.
I'm sure some people will still use their Wii RCA cables to plug their Wii U's into their standard definition televisions, or worse, their high definition televisions.
Yeah,
and think that they're playing in high definition.
Yeah, they think so. Yeah. Well, actually, when you switch the TV on and you've got the cables plugged in, it normally says what resolution it's playing at, right?
Yeah.
Most TVs does, right?
Should have a display that tells you what the resolution is.
Yeah, normally when you switch over, because when I switch over, because my Skybox isn't a HD box. It's a regular 480p. So when I switch over to my Sky or cable or whatever you want to say, it just says 480 on the screen. So I know it's not in high def. But when I switch over to the PS3, which has got a HDMI cable, it says 720 or 1080 or whatever, depending on what the game is. But yeah, so the TV knows.
Right.
Cool. Okay. So in the box, you said HDMI, the gamepad charging stand.
Right. You've got both a gamepad charging stand and a gamepad play stand.
Play stand, right. Okay.
The one is just for propping up in front of you, and the other is for sitting
and charging
it like a cradle to charge. They both prop up at what appears to be the same angle, so I'm not sure why you wouldn't just use the charging cradle at all times.
Right,
maybe I'm missing something.
I don't know. Maybe because it's too far away. I don't know.
Or maybe you don't want to be so close to the power outlet. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Well, mine's always going to be charged in the charging and charge. Yeah. Okay. So the actual machine itself comes with 2 feet as well, right?
2 feet. Yeah. The vertical stand.
Yeah.
Comes packed in with the premium set, but not with the basic set.
Is there a weight of this machine?
The weight of the machine? Well, the entire box for the premium set weighs 4.2 kilograms.
That's pretty hefty.
Yeah, it's a fair bit heftier than the Wii was.
Right, okay. Cool. Alrighty. So,
the second compartment, you had the gamepad and the system itself.
Okay. The gamepad. Okay, cool. No problem.
Yeah.
Because I remember when the Wii was launched, and that was all compartmentized as well.
Right, it had 2 shelves.
Yeah, it had 2 shelves as well. Yeah, it was pretty nice packaging.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iwata then went on from unboxing. He then went into... Didn't he go into like the Wii U user account?
Right.
Okay, so you want to go through this because this is pretty cool, is it not?
Yeah, it was a little complicated.
It's a little complicated, yeah, but still.
Yeah, it's like we've got terminology flying around and you don't know what relates to what and what manages what. And there are still some points that are unclear.
Right.
We'll try and make some sense of it here.
Okay.
So when you first power on the machine, you are prompted to create a Wii U user account. So each profile is called a user, and you can have up to 12 of them per Wii U system.
Per machine. Okay, cool. That's nice.
So that should be more than enough for any Brady Bunch type family.
Okay, so say for instance I make a user account of myself, and I give one for my daughter.
Right.
Are we going to be able to share the saves, or is it going to have like each user account is going to be like have a separate part of the machine for saves and stuff, so that they're both separate?
Right. So each user has their own save data.
Okay, good.
For all of the various games on the system. Some games, however, will have system-wide save files that are shared by all users.
So that's not going to like save over my save data with like my daughter's like joke of a gameplay save, right?
So if your daughter is playing, say, Barbie Horse Adventures, I don't think that's going to mess with your file for Zombie U.
No, I'm not talking about that. Say, for instance, I was well into Barbie Horse Adventures and I couldn't stop playing it. It was like my game of the year.
Right.
And I was absolutely in love with it. And then my daughter decided to play it because she saw how much fun I was having playing it.
And she wanted to erase the file and start over?
Well, no, not that. That she saved her file. Is it going to write over my file?
No, all of the individual user save data is...
Oh, that's still separate?
Compartmentalized and separated out by user.
Okay, thank God for that.
Unless it has a save data that is shared by all users, and that will depend on the individual game's implementation.
Oh, that's horrible.
So, yeah, I think most games will have individual save files.
Oh, please.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that will have system-wide save files. I can't think of an example. I'm sure some will come up, but we should be well forewarned of those. And there should be labeling on the box, I'm sure.
Yeah. Good. I don't want to think of the day I come home from a long day's work and I need to get into some Barbie Horse Adventures to find out that my daughter's overwritten my saves file, and I now have a pink horse or something.
Right. It's like you really wanted green, and it's now pink. No. So none of that.
Okay, good. So after registering your Nintendo user,
right,
you then register a Nintendo Network ID?
Yeah, and this is separate from the user account itself. So your user is associated with a Mii that you create.
Okay.
And the user also has your save data, your game settings, your browser bookmarks, and your play history. It also, parental settings can be set on a per-user basis.
Huh. So, I have a Wii. Can I pull my Wii save data over from my user account and just use the user I was using on my Wii?
Now, Wii is completely different. When you bring over all of your old Wii data, all of your games, your save data, and so forth, that will all be accessible within the Wii menu.
Oh, what? They're separate and everything?
Yeah, it's all completely separated out. So you open up the Wii menu, and suddenly you're presented with the Wii user interface.
Would it be so hard to use the Wii data as your user account?
You can import your Mii. First, you import your Wii data to the new system, and then your old Mii will be in the Mii Studio on the Wii menu.
It sounds kind of convoluted.
Well, it's really hard to differentiate between Wii and Wii U, and
right.
Then say Mii and Mii Studio. It's really hard to say all this properly.
Nintendo tongue twisters for everybody.
Right. So if I say Wii U or Wii U when I mean the other system, please bear with me here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. So when you've set up this Nintendo network identification.
Right. So if you want access to the network-enabled features of the system, you must create a Nintendo Network ID.
Okay.
which is your online account.
And please tell me that network friend codes have disappeared.
Friend codes are gone.
Holy God.
This was the big barometer that a lot of people were using to gauge whether or not Nintendo was serious about its online service.
Yeah, it's online infrastructure, right?
Right. It's like friend codes are obviously a huge joke. It's just been the laughing stock of the video game world for the last,
7-8 years, right?
Yeah, it's been since the Nintendo DS.
Yes, 2004.
94, so it's been 8 years.
2004, yeah.
8 years of friend codes.
Woohoo! So
Over.
These have been destroyed.
Yeah, they've been replaced with the Nintendo Network ID, which is an alphanumeric username that you can freely set.
Welcome to 2004. Nintendo.
So we're not sure yet how many characters you can set as your ID. But yeah, it is alphanumeric and you can set it.
Okay, so to register, you just need a password, your date of birth, gender, area of residence, and an email address, right?
Right, that's all you need to register. You do not need your real name or credit card information or actual address or anything like that.
Not yet.
Well, for some features, like if you want to register your credit card for the eShop.
For the eShop, right?
I believe you'll be able to do that if you so choose.
Oh, so you don't have to enter your credit card every 5 minutes?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think, for network-enabled users, with the Nintendo Network ID, it will store your friend information, your Wii U Nintendo eShop balance, your credit card information, purchase history, email address, and all your registration information that you entered at the outset.
Okay, so I wonder if you can change your location. So just say, for instance, I moved from Nagoya to Tokyo. Am I able to change that?
Right. Yeah, you can change all of the, as far as I'm aware, you can change all of the attributes of your Nintendo Network ID aside from the username itself.
Right, okay, yeah.
And your date of birth.
Yeah, obviously.
And that begs the question.
What about your gender? You might want to switch that.
Not allow you to change your gender. Not that I care.
No, it doesn't bother me, but yeah, you might want to do that.
No.
No? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Nintendo Network ID is what will allow you access to the internet browser, to Miiverse, and to the Wii U chat feature, which we'll get next.
Wait, so you're not allowed to go on the net until you've actually got a Nintendo ID network ID? Yeah,
you need a Nintendo Network ID in order to use the network-enabled features.
Is that because what? You needed they need a date of birth or something like that? Is that you just don't go on and start downloading like porn or whatever?
Well, there are parental settings associated with each Nintendo Network ID. So a parent can restrict access of any particular aspect.
Okay. Coolio.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So what else was Iwata doing?
Right. So let's see. Friend codes are gone. You can tie your Nintendo Network ID to other third-party network services. So like your big video game publishers all have their own online services.
Okay,
right?
So like EA has like Origin, right?
Right, and Ubisoft has Uplay.
Yeah, so what, you're able to tie those to your Nintendo ID?
In the future, you will be able to associate your Nintendo Network ID with your account on those services. So you just set it and forget it.
Sweet. Okay, that's good. That's nice. You can also use these. These are usable on a PC and smartphone as well, right?
In the future, yes, that accessibility will be added at some later date. Though I would not be surprised if some inquisitive individuals find a way to access it earlier, provided that there is an interface to the Miiverse data out on the open web.
Right. Is Nintendo going to open that up, though? I wouldn't think so. I probably think they would keep that closed, right?
I don't know.
You know the way Nintendo are with all that stuff. I mean, that's why they had friend codes for 8 years.
Well, I mean, okay, so you'll be able to add friends on Miiverse simply by pushing the add friend button on the other user's profile that you see in the Miiverse.
Right, yeah, but obviously it won't be added until they accept it.
Right.
Okay.
And you can also exchange your Nintendo Network IDs like as if they were just your Xbox Live names. Or
okay, that's cool.
Email addresses or phone numbers. The way that Iwata described it was you can exchange them as you did friend codes, which was really a poor way to explain it. Because that raised the specter of 16-digit numbers.
Right, yeah. Everyone freaking out again.
Numbers, which are just a nightmare. So it's like, it was really hard to get really clear verification that friend codes were gone.
Okay. Okay, so the Miiverse.
Right.
It looks pretty cool. I'm quite interested in it, especially when like you've got a game and like you can see what all like your friends are playing and like the Miis are all gathering around the different games that they're playing, and
right.
you can see the conversations and stuff. That's pretty cool. It's pretty intuitive, I think.
Right. So when you turn on the system, you're brought to the Wada Wada Plaza.
Wada Wada.
Yeah, it's a new Japanese word coming to English.
Yeah, they're hoping that it comes into like probably the English dictionary, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Well, there's been a few like karaoke.
Well, everyone mispronounces that in English.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
We say karaoke.
Karaoke.
Yeah, when really it's karaoke.
Karaoke. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Hopefully, in the future we'll see Wada Wada Plaza.
Yeah. Anyway, so when you get into Miiverse, you open up one of these icons to see that game's community, and you can see postings from other players, be they text up to 100 characters, hand-drawn messages, or what was the other type of communication? I have it written down somewhere. But yeah, basically it's like a big message board.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you could also see screenshots that other players have taken.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I was going to say there were screenshots and stuff because I noticed that when they were playing, was it Mario Bros. U? Like they were saying, like if you get stuck or you can't do something, you can take a screenshot. Say, "Now the hell do I get like 100 gold coins on this level?" And you can take a screenshot and you can put it into the feed, and you can see that. So that's pretty cool. Right.
So you can ask for advice and get feedback from the community. You can find other users who share your tastes in games and become friends with them. You can follow other users. You can gain followers. When you become friends with other users, you can chat with them on the Wii U chat. So it's a lot richer of an online experience than has been seen on previous Nintendo systems, which is really impressive for just, seeing it at the outset here. I mean, obviously they've got all generation and beyond to improve upon their online service offerings, which they plan to do.
Yeah. I'm just really happy that Nintendo have decided to jump in.
Yeah. Definitely.
And not take this as like something like alien to them and kind of just try and steer clear of it. I'm just happy that they've said, okay, we need to do this.
Yeah.
The whole social thing is really important, and it's a thing that in Japan social it's still a bit funny because
people don't like using their real names online.
Their real names, their photographs, their avatar is always something else. It's never their face or whatever. It's like I don't know. It'll be like a cat or something.
Miis are about the extent of it. You'll see people identify themselves online. Yeah,
so I mean, even when we say that, though, as I was saying, that social media, I mean, it is exploding over here, but they're just not willing to show any of their own personal information.
Yeah, all of my Japanese Facebook friends have like just random pictures for their profile.
Yeah, or just like something that they like an anime that they like, or some like a music artist or a movie star or a TV show that they like. So something like them, just something absolutely nothing to do with them whatsoever. And it's the way they are. I mean, you watch the Japanese, just for instance, the Japanese news on TV, and like most of like if they're showing like the high streets, it'll just be like people's feet.
Right, and it's like if they even show faces on camera, they have to blur them out.
They blur them out,
according to law.
Yeah, so
which is kind of I don't know, off-putting for people who are used to watching Western television.
Yeah, it's always funny watching the news and like they say like and in Akihabara today, and then you go, hey, you're going to see some Akihabara, and a bunch of people, you just see a load of feet.
Yeah, or a lot of blurred faces. It's like, really, is everyone that anonymous?
Yeah. So so that's the way they are, but that's the way social media is over here. But I'm very happy that they've decided to take this route or whatever however you want to pronounce it. But
it's long overdue.
Yeah, it's long overdue, and I'm hoping that they can take they can have their own take on social media, and from what they're doing, they're definitely putting their own spin on it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even making the Miiverse accessible via other devices tells me that they want you to be more engaged in their own gaming community.
Right. But the thing is, though, with the gaming community on the Xbox and the PlayStation, we have a gamer tag or a gamer score or a trophy count.
And then a friends list, and that's it.
Yeah, but Nintendo have decided not to go with the old trophies or whatever.
Right, there's no system-wide accomplishment system. It's on a game-by-game basis.
It's on a game-by-game basis, right.
These achievements can be tied into the Miiverse with in-game features or postings to the community board, but it's not required. Is
this a publisher thing or a developer thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to the publishers and developers to decide, if they want in-game accomplishments or not.
Huh. Okay.
So it's not like on Xbox Xbox 360, where it's a requirement for your game to have this many points worth of achievements.
Right.
As a certification requirement.
Right, it is, yes.
And Nintendo has been vehemently opposed to imposing such a certification requirement for games on their systems.
Isn't that a Miyamoto thing? Didn't he say he didn't want it?
Yeah, he's said that on multiple occasions.
Right.
So that comes as no surprise whatsoever. And people up until today have been hoping beyond hope that there is a system-wide integrated achievement system.
But at least they've left it open and let publishers do it or developers do it.
Right. So, I mean, there's nothing stopping other publishers and developers from including the achievements that are on other systems in the Wii U version in some form.
Right. Okay. Well, at least it's there, and at least they haven't just said a point blank no.
Yeah, that's the thing. On a lot of these no answer questions, it's hard to get that no.
Yeah, they like to dance around it, right?
Right. It's like we hear a lot of beating around the bush or just simple no answers. It's like a lot of people on GAF and such just keep on asking these questions over and over, and we hear nothing up until like the week before launch, and still nothing. It's like, can't you take a hint? That's a no.
Right.
It's a Japanese no.
It's a Japanese no, yeah. That's the way they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So what else was Iwata doing?
Right. So, aside from Miiverse, we saw the Wii U chat. Which was rather interesting.
It was rather embarrassing for me.
How's that?
I told you I'm in the gym, right? And I'm watching it.
Right.
Reggie comes on.
Uh-huh.
Nihon no Mini-san.
Could you make some comments to the Japanese audience?
Sure, I would love to make some comments. Nihon no Mini-san. Konnichiwa. Nintendo Obu America No Reggie des. How is my Japanese?
Very good. I was surprised that you are speaking Japanese.
Minnie Mouse?
Yeah, I was like, what? I pissed myself laughing in the gym. I actually laughed out loud.
Oh, no, that's a big...
And everyone in the gym, and there's at least 40 people in the gym, turned around and like stare at me because I laughed out a proper laugh.
Yeah, you're
the
not
gym's quiet.
To do that.
Japanese gyms are quiet. They don't have MTV on, or some of them do, but this one doesn't. This one is quiet. Everyone's just going away at their own business. Everyone's trying to get fit and healthy and whatever. And it's quiet. There's no music. There's no TVs.
Making noise is a big social and cultural taboo here.
Yeah, and I laugh out loud. Nihon no Mini-san, and I love the way he speaks his Japanese is terrible because he's like doing karate moves into the camera. Did you notice it? Did you notice his hand gestures?
Kind of really tense.
Yeah, it was like obviously someone had written it for him, and it was like on a post-it note or something right next to the camera because his eyes kept moving and stuff. But the way he was using his hands was hilarious, and it was like he was gonna almost like punch the screen or something.
Then he went on and said he's trying really hard to learn Japanese.
Right?
Which really strikes me as
whatever.
Someone who's spent the last 13 years learning Japanese, I can say it requires a lot of effort to, in fact, learn the language. So,
yeah, it does. It does, but it doesn't take that much effort to learn. What he did, like what, 3 lines?
Yeah, just a simple greeting. Yeah, you can learn that in a week or 2.
Not even that, really?
A couple days of class.
Yeah. I mean, but obviously someone had written it for him. I think is it Bill? Is it the guy with the glasses, right?
Yeah, then Bill Trinan gets on a video the next day to summarize the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
And it says this: "We can all feel better about my job security after hearing Reggie's Japanese." Which I thought was a classic zinger.
Yeah, it was like, zing. Yes, that was funny. No, wow. I
was pretty shocked to hear him say that on an official Nintendo communication to the gaming public.
Well, it's good that Nintendo can kind of like punch their own people in the ribs to say like, you kind of messed up, and like, and
at least they have a sense of humor.
They got a sense of humor about it, right?
Yeah, they don't mind, being goofy in these videos. But they're trying to be entertaining, right?
This wasn't live either, right? So why the hell?
No, it's pre-recorded.
Yeah, it was pre-recorded, so they could have gone back and done it again because, like, Iwata probably said, "Dude, what did you just say?"
This stuff all has to get approved, right?
Yeah. So obviously it's been approved, and they've approved to like take the piss out of him, right?
Right.
So, but I find that hilarious that they've left that in, and okay, well there you go. There's raw Japanese for you. So, or someone at least trying to say something, but yeah.
So anyway, about Wii U Chat.
Yeah.
So it's a video teleconferencing feature that you can use for free, provided you have an internet connection that you're paying for,
and you have a Wii ID
and your Nintendo Network ID. Yes.
Yes.
So once you have your Nintendo Network ID and your account is not parentally restricted from accessing the Wii U Chat feature, you can do Wii U Chat with any of your mutually registered friends from the Miiverse.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
It is indeed.
But,
okay, there's a big but. That's probably what you'll be seeing, big butts. I don't know.
Well, hopefully not.
Not in Japan, though.
The big caveat for now, though, is that in order to pick up a call that you're receiving for Wii U Chat, you have to quit the game you're playing.
No, really?
Yes, really.
It can't do it in the background? I thought that's what the extra memory was for stuff like that.
Yeah,
background?
That's what I thought, too. I mean, we've got 2 gigs of memory, of which 1 gig is allocated just for the OS.
So this must be a firmware update.
Yeah, it's like just in the Iwata Asks Today they were talking about how you'll need to quit the game you're playing in order to pick up on Wii U chat. But Wada immediately says, there must be technical hurdles involved, but I hope this is an area that we can improve on in the future.
Right. That's kind of lame that you have to... I mean, so that's not just for video chat then, that's for other aspects as well?
I'm not sure about that. I think you're able to use the internet browser and probably also the Miiverse without stopping your game because, I mean, even in New Super Mario Bros. U, you're prompted to, add a message of frustration when you've died a few times.
I'm pretty sure in that video of the kid playing in his room, right? Didn't he pause it and go on to Google?
Yeah, and then he talked with OctoG123.
Yeah.
The game suspended. So I think the goal ultimately is to have suspended games during Wii U chat sessions, and then you'll be able to pick up right back.
So what was that video in? Remember Zombie U from E3?
Yeah, that was their concept video to demonstrate the concept.
So that's bull.
I think that's the ultimate goal of it. I just think that development got to a point at which they had to push out the door for launch.
Right.
That is not yet in a state where they can offer game-suspended Wii U chats. And I think that development will continue to the point at which that is possible.
Okay. Well,
so
I kind of expect stuff like this to go on. As I said, and as we both know, this is Nintendo's first experience with online and doing stuff like this. So yeah, it's going to take them a little while to get to grips with what's going on and what they need for being having an online presence and stuff.
They're doing an admirable job for being late to the party, though. You gotta admit.
Yeah, but saying that though, they've had 5-6 years of time to take notes of how to do it and how not to do it. So you would think that this type of stuff would all be like boom out of the box. Yeah,
I mean, but they're humans too. They have production cycles and schedules to deal with.
Yeah, I totally understand that. But when you look at like the two services that are already out, and they've been out for the length of time that they've already been out, and then,
they've had a lot of development cycles put into them already, and a lot of rich features added over time.
Yes.
So it's not like they're starting from scratch.
No.
It's like Nintendo's starting from scratch basically. And they've made it this far in time for the Wii U launch, and they'll continue to develop these online service features throughout the generation.
True. So. Well, it'll be interested to see how quickly they can do this. And what I think I'd like to know is how invasive of these firmware updates. They're going to be like the PS3, where I think they're pretty invasive.
Like every week.
I don't mind that because I've got PlayStation Plus and it does it in the background automatically.
Oh, okay.
So I don't mind that. And I use my PS3 more than once a week anyway, like unlike some other people who I see complaining on Twitter all the time. But yeah, switch on your PS3 or get PlayStation Plus and yeah. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm just interested to see how Nintendo do this and how often that they can update their system. And
it's hard to say because, I mean, a lot of these features are network side, so they can make changes on the server remotely and pass them through into the user experience transparently.
Right, true.
Other changes will require firmware updates, which are obviously a lot more invasive.
Right, yes. One thing I want to know is that even though that the video chat is not... it's not going to be within game. You have to quit your game. Are we going to be able to do voice chat within game?
Voice chat right now is on a game per game basis. There is no system-wide voice chat feature to speak of, and I don't know if such a thing is coming or not.
Well, that's kind of painful because both systems have had that since almost day one.
Yeah, you'd think that they would have enough system resources to do that. I think some people have been saying that Nintendo has overshot that market need with the video chat, which is, a whole extra layer of interactivity above and beyond simple voice chat. So it remains to be seen whether we'll see Nintendo go back and also implement voice chat across games.
But if the voice chat does come across, is that going to be using the mic in the gamepad itself, or is it you going to need a separate mic, or what? What are they going to do?
Yeah, if you're using a Wii U Pro controller, there's no headphone jack.
Yeah, there's no headphone jack in it, so that's a bit strange. There's it's not Bluetooth either, is it?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you'll have to either plug into the Wii U gamepad or into the system itself with USB.
Yeah.
It's hard to say yet.
That's kind of an overlook, don't you think?
Yeah,
or an oversight.
It's kind of clunky.
I don't get why the Pro controller doesn't have a mic in it, or at least a headphone jack in it, like the 360.
Yeah, my big complaint is the positioning of the headphone jack on the Wii U gamepad itself. It's on the top.
Yeah.
So if you've got a cord running between the headphone jack and your head, where's the cable going to go? Across that big screen?
Right.
Or is it going to have to wrap around the back of the system or the gamepad? It's like, really, guys? That was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, you'd think that they'd come at this properly. It looks like they haven't really thought about it, and then it's kind of like a last minute thing. So, oh crap, we need voice chat. We haven't got. Oh shit, we haven't got a headphone jack. No, what we do? Oh, I don't know. Just get a USB one and plug it into the machine. That'll do.
According to today's Iwata Asks, they've been thinking about doing video chat for 15 years since the Nintendo 64 days.
Yep. Okay.
And their hardware has finally gotten to the point where they can do that kind of feature. So.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's just one little tidbit.
Okay. So, what else have we got from this Iwata Asks?
Well, from Nintendo Direct.
From Nintendo Direct. Beg your pardon.
We also had Nintendo Joy Sound Wii Karaoke U.
I think it's going to be. This is going to be huge. I think
in Japan.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Do you think that this
for parties? Yes.
With karaoke boxes, which are a big industry here.
Yeah, they're a huge thing, yo. But if you can get everyone just to come around to your house,
which might be more out of the way and a bit more cramped than a karaoke box might be.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just pointing out, customers' perspective here. I mean, a lot of people are very used to going to karaoke boxes with their friends.
Right, but these prices that they're given, they're pretty reasonable prices considering.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 yen for a month or 2,000 yen for 3 months.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, like for you can be an hour in a karaoke box and spend over 1,000 yen.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But so if you can pay 1,000 yen and be at home, I think that's. I mean, I hate karaoke anyway. I hate listening to people butcher songs. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. Yeah, I like to hear the original, not somebody try to sing the original, and yeah, whatever. I'm not going to go into that, but yeah, I can't stand karaoke anyway. But I'm going to say,
prefer to do it by yourself.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't do it at all. I'd rather not. Most of the music I listen to doesn't have lyrics anyway, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm looking at this as a. I think it'll be pretty big because the price is really cheap. As you just said, 1,000 yen, which is like at the current exchange is about $8, right?
No, it's more like 12.
Oh, okay, sorry, 12. Okay, so like $12 for a whole month with over 90,000 tunes.
Yeah,
90,000 tunes for a month for $12 is a steal.
Yeah, it's a pretty good selection
for somebody who likes
Japanese
karaoke,
music.
Yeah, or Japanese music. Yeah, I'm going to say it the Western way so people understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's great. I think it's really good.
Being able to use it.
Wait, sorry.
Are you going to use it? It comes built in.
It comes built in, yeah. I'm not going to use it. I mean, I might have a play around with it. I mean, hopefully if I do the live stream, I'm going to get Mehdi here. And I know Mehdi likes his karaoke. So I'll get him to perform some AKB or something like that. Yeah, I know he likes that. It's his favorite.
Heavy rotation.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he can sing some Miku as well. I have no idea. But,
oh, no.
But, yeah, I mean, being able to do the type of stuff that they're doing, like the business-level quality at home is pretty cool, you know, like with the settings and stuff and the mic settings and that.
Yeah, it had a pretty slick user interface that looked like those tablets they have at karaoke boxes where you can browse for your songs and beam them to the karaoke device.
It does indeed, yeah. I mean, it looks fairly substantial, and I think this is kind of a winner for him. And I mean, especially, as I said, especially in Japan.
Yeah, it supports any USB mic.
Yep.
So you can just plug it right into your system and go. You can also use the mic built into the gamepad itself, but the audio quality isn't as good.
Right, okay. This also comes with a bundle as well, right?
Right. So I guess the big concern was people who don't have internet service and can't get at those 90,000 songs will be able to purchase a trial disc set, which has 10,000 songs on it, from which you can choose 50 to sing for a month. And that comes with a mic.
So those 50 tunes, so obviously it's going to be some kind of like random...
No,
music video? No, I mean the music video in the background is going to be a random music video, right?
Well...
They're never the original music videos in a karaoke box, right?
Karaoke typically has like stock footage, backing videos.
Right.
I mean, if you actually go to a karaoke box, some songs will have the actual music videos. Some will just have the
just
clip shows.
A montage of like...
Yeah, montage of stock video.
Yeah.
On the Wii U, you'll also be able to do slideshows of photos that you have stored on your system.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And you'll also be able to have your Miis perform in a 3D world.
Love it.
Yeah, so it'll be like in Tomodachi Collection where you've got your Miis, you know, doing their daily activities and singing, running around talking to each other. You'll see your Miis singing karaoke.
Excellent. I'm going to see all my, like, especially the ones on my Wii. I've got, like, Darth Vader and, like,
oh, boy.
Stormtroopers and stuff and all singing and that. Yeah, that'll be cool.
You have Akbar?
Yeah, I got the Akbar as well. I got. I don't know. I spent ages doing them all, so.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Good. So, yeah, I mean, this, because it's Xing, right?
Yeah, Xing is co-developing it with Nintendo.
I think this is going to be pretty big. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how it works, and I'm hoping that Mehdi comes and we do this live stream for the Japanese Wii U. Yeah, and hopefully he can bust out some tunes, and maybe my mother-in-law will shout at him and say, "Shut up! You sound like a drowning rat or cat."
Oh, no.
I don't know. I'd like him to get some abuse.
Oh, no.
Especially singing AKB.
Now that's pretty torturous.
Exactly. I'm going to have to put some like cork or something in my ears so I don't have to listen. Anyways, okay, so after the karaoke video...
after the Nintendo Direct presentation proper, they went to a developer discussion covering New Super Mario Bros. U.
Right, okay. So, I mean, this is what I'm really interested in. I'm really happy to see Nintendo in high def.
Finally,
yeah. This is what I'm really excited about is just seeing everything in high def, in that clarity, you know, in that resolution. That's what's got me hyped, is just to see all of the Nintendo properties in high res.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's making me really look forward to this Wii U. It's
been a long 6-year wait.
Yeah, it's been a long 6-year wait. It's not about the new the controller or
really, it's more high def for you,
or the power of the machine, of what it can do and how many polys it can throw around. I don't care about that. I just want to see Nintendo games in high def.
Yeah.
You know, because they're already beautiful. You still look at like some of the...
Oh, sure.
Like Kirby.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy and stuff like that. They still look great because they've been specifically designed for the system, and they obviously Nintendo know what the system can do and what it's capable of, and they've designed their games around the limitations, and they still look great, even in standard definition. Right. But in HD, I'm hoping to be blown away. I'm trying to avoid videos of this because I really want to keep it for myself, and I really want to be able to switch on this machine for myself for the first time and go, holy crap, Nintendo in HD. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
That is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm really looking forward to, and this is what I'm just wishing like December 8th is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a month away yet.
Yeah, so I'm trying to avoid videos like the plague. You know, I'm just trying to avoid them left, right, and center. I'm trying not to look like quick looks or whatever.
Well, shall we still talk about it though?
Yeah, we can still talk about it, of course. But I'm just saying this is why I'm really looking forward to the Wii U.
Obviously, it's the games that count.
Yes, sure is.
And the game that everyone is going to get if they don't get Nintendo Land packed in is New Super Mario Bros. U.
Yes.
That's the killer app.
You think so?
Yeah. It's going to be one of those titles that goes on to sell 5, 7, 10 million copies.
It's not going to be like a New Super Mario Bros. 2, is it? Because I was extremely disappointed with that.
New Super Mario Bros. 2
that was a cut and paste.
Yeah, you could say that about any of the new Super Mario Bros. Games after the first one, really.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they all use the same game engine, a lot of the same assets, same physics, music. Same game rules, same music, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a bit much. It's like, come on, just give us some new music already, crying out loud.
Yes.
Or, revisit some other games from the Mario history if you're going to
rehash everything.
Rehash them. I mean, let's see some Doki Doki Panic action.
Right, yeah, of course. Anything new, but in HD, please.
Yeah, I mean, if I can pluck Shy Guys and chuck them at Sniffits, or... that sounds really bad.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Keep going.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I do, yes.
If I can, pick Pidgeot off of the flying carpet and fly around in a world like, Super Mario 3D Land, that'd be fantastic.
It would. It'd be a game changer for me.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to see some new areas explored in Mario games, and let's get away from the new Super Mario Brothers after this Wii U edition, please.
Yes, I'm hoping.
Please.
But I've got a feeling that it won't.
Yeah, probably.
I've got a feeling that they're just being really concentrating on light sourcing and stuff like that.
I mean, it looks great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it seems like they've spent a lot more development resources on New Super Mario Bros. U than for New Super Mario Bros. 2 by a long shot.
Right. Well, I mean, they really needed to do that anyway because, I mean, this is their system. This is the game.
Right. This is their killer app
on which they need to sell the system, and this is obviously something that you need to plow a lot of money into to get people excited, to make people go, oh my god, I need to buy it.
It's like you've got the giant world returning. You've got source lighting on your fireballs and star lifts. You've got a contiguous world map. Mm-hmm. I mean, we haven't had a contiguous world map since Super Mario World.
Right, okay.
I mean, a lot of other games have, adopted the SMB3 stance of having individual worlds, and then you have to cut away and then go to the next world.
Right. But this is just one continuous map.
Right. It's huge, and you've got forking paths that you can choose.
You got what?
You've got forking paths.
That sounds bad.
As in, you can choose which path that you want.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just if you say it quickly, it sounds like something else.
Maybe in a British accent.
Okay. Right. Okay.
So you can choose which worlds you want to progress to next.
Yeah.
At these crossroads. I mean, there are new enemy characters. They've got a flying feature with the flying squirrel suit, which is easy to control for new players.
Okay.
It looks like it handles more like the cape in Super Mario World.
It does, yes, it does.
Yeah,
I like the way they looked at that, and they were saying like, look at the animation of the of the squirrel and stuff, and you can see it as he's flying, like it's fluttering and stuff. And I was like, yep, okay, that's HD. I don't want to look at it anymore because I just want. That's what I want to be able to see for myself, you know.
Yeah, you've got your flying squirrels, and you've got a thief character that you have to go chase down.
Mm.
I mean, you've got balloon-spitting baby Yoshis.
Yeah.
You've got, your off-screen play. You've got your buddy play where they add blocks to try and place them right where you're about to land, and so you don't fall.
Right. Yeah. That seems a lot of fun.
So the co-op play, it's like, can you really trust your partner to not let you die?
Right, yeah. No, well, I'll be playing with my daughter, so I'll probably be dying every 5 seconds.
Maybe
while
if she's the buddy, but if you're the buddy, you can keep her from dying.
Yeah. We'll try. I don't think I want to hand off my Wii U, though, to my 5-year-old.
The gamepad?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you'd better be the buddy and place those blocks for her.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah,
so watching this video of New Super Mario Brothers, is it sold you on the Wii U?
Well, I was going to get the system irregardless.
Right.
So, I mean...
Okay, did it make you giddy for it then?
It's another new Super Mario Brothers game. I mean...
But you played the other one to death to ad nauseum, though, right? You played the other one every day, like... The new Super Mario Brothers 2 I'm talking about. You played that ad nauseum.
I got 1 million coins in that game.
Yeah, so there you go. You're going to play this willy-nilly, though, right? You're going to play this whatever.
Oh, well, I mean, of course I'll blow through it in a week.
Mm.
I mean, that's just how I roll. I mean, I get a new Mario game, it's like, ooh.
Okay, so are you going to buy this digitally or on a disc?
I am hoping to do the download on this game and all the rest of my Wii U games if possible.
So you're going to be buying an external hard drive? Or have you already got one?
I do have an external hard drive. It should have enough space for...
Do we know with the external hard drive, is it going to be able to play games directly off the hard drive, or are we going to have to transfer them from the hard drive to the system itself?
Well, that's the thing. The internal flash memory is only 8 or 32 gigs.
Yes.
And once you fill that up, you'll have to add an external USB device, i.e. hard drive or key drive or whatever, in order to extend that capacity. So if your internal memory is full, you have to store further downloads externally. So there's not going to be any copying back and forth just to launch a game.
Okay. So I'm going to be able to play the game off the hard drive.
Yeah. That said, they will be encrypted to prevent copying to other users. So your download is going to be locked.
It's going to be tied. It's going to be tied to your account, right?
It's going to be tied to your Nintendo Network ID.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. We don't know if that's going to be transferable to another system. That's still a bit unclear.
That's Nintendo's? No way. Sorry.
Well, I mean, if your system breaks down or if
but Nintendo will probably do that. Nintendo will probably migrate all that stuff, not you.
I mean, there's still some unclear points about this that need clarification.
Right.
But anyway, you will, definitely be able to run your games off of the hard drive.
Okay, that's good. I mean, though it's USB 2 though, right? It's not 3. Is that fast enough?
Is it USB 2?
Is it?
Do we know for a fact? I'm not sure.
Me neither. I'm not too sure. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be an issue versus disk seek times, though.
Right, okay.
So it's hard to say. I mean, the disk has, 2.5 megabytes per second? No, that can't be right.
2.5? That sounds sort of slow.
Or is it 25 megabytes per second? I don't know. It's been a while since I saw that Nintendo.
Yeah.
Anyway, if they're allowing you to run games off of an external USB device, it must be acceptable. So,
okay, that's good.
But yeah, titles that you download on one Nintendo Network ID will be playable by other users on the same system.
Okay, that's good. So it's not tied just to the person who downloaded it.
Right. So
Everybody
if
else
you
can play
buy
it.
a game on your system, the rest of your family will also be able to play it with their own save files.
Excellent. So definitely buying Bobby's Horse Adventure then, right?
If you want. I can't stop you.
I'm joking.
Yeah. So, I'm planning to go the download route, but on Japanese launch day, I can imagine the servers will be bogged down.
Well, saying that, though, when Super Mario Brothers 2 was launched,
was at, what?
You didn't have much of a problem, right?
It was at 9 in the morning, Japan time.
Right.
And I woke up at like 9:20.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wanted to get up in time, but I just couldn't quite get up in time. So by the time
old man.
Yeah, I know. I sleep in on the weekends. It was a Saturday morning, so I get up.
No rest for the wicked.
First thing I go do is I get my download card and I go get my 3DS and I try and download it, right?
Uh-huh.
But the servers are already all congested.
Oh, really? Okay, bam.
It's like all the download slots on the server are taken. Everyone else is downloading the game, and I just have to wait for an open slot. So it's like try again, and it's like always giving me the same error message. You know, I called Nintendo customer service to find out what the deal was, and they said, yeah, it's just the servers are congested, and it'll be some time before it eases up. So I just had to wait for a couple hours for the load to ease.
Oh, wow, you had to wait a couple of hours.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't check back, constantly. I waited a couple hours and then checked back.
Oh, okay, so you just went off and did something else.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Because I'm on day one, I will be buying disc-based games, not downloading anything.
Yeah, that might be better if you want to start playing them right away, which a lot of people are going to want to do.
Yeah.
I do want to avoid accumulating more game discs if possible.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
I may be able to keep myself entertained just by exploring the system features. I mean, it will support background downloads.
Oh, it does? Okay, that's good. So you can play a game and it doesn't pause it while you're playing, even though you're online?
I think that...
So say, for instance, I'm playing Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And Monster Hunter Online, I'm playing with a bunch of people online, and I decide to download new Super Mario Brothers Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to download in the background while I'm online, or is it going to pause while I'm online? And it won't start until I actually finish playing online?
I think the download in the background will take a back seat in terms of bandwidth priority.
Okay.
It's like, you could probably say the same thing about the system resources themselves. I mean, the CPU time and the memory usage. I mean, yeah, you've got the OS off in its own memory partition of 1 gig, using its own resources. CPU time, I'm not sure how that's divided up, but I'm sure that the games will take first priority and background downloads will just use whatever extra available resources are there to facilitate the ongoing download. I mean, if you're using a bandwidth and CPU intensive process in your game, then the background download might suffer. But I mean, that's all going to be transparent to you. I mean, it'll just be slightly delayed. It might show up a couple minutes later than it would otherwise, but you'll be oblivious to it.
Okay. I was just wondering how large these files are going to be, that's all.
Yeah, that's another thing. Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Bros. U only weigh in at a couple gigs each.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's like 5 minutes for me.
Well, you can say that, but you've got Nintendo's servers to deal with, and who knows how fast they'll be.
Right, but I mean, everyone keeps complaining about their PlayStation is really slow. I downloaded 14 gig the other day on PlayStation Network, and it took me about 27 minutes.
Really?
For 14. It actually took longer installing them than it did to download them.
Well, for comparison's sake, I downloaded New Super Mario Bros. 2, which is 370 megs in like 22 minutes.
Ouch.
So that was pretty slow download.
Yeah.
But that was, launch day, right when they had just posted the download availability.
Right.
Thankfully, Nintendo's being smarter about it from here on out. posting their eShop versions at midnight instead of in the morning when everyone's
They're doing that at midnight?
Yeah, I mean, even Animal Crossing was released at midnight the other night.
Holy balls! I didn't know that. That's like a what is it? What is it? Midnight opening for like in the States when you go to like Halo and they go yay.
Yeah, you can download the game earlier than you can get it in store.
That's awesome.
When all the kids are asleep.
Booyah.
And Animal Crossing still brought the servers to their knees.
Yeah, well, I can imagine that.
I mean, we've had over 200,000 downloads of Animal Crossing so far, according to Iwata today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. That's quite...
So, yeah, and they sold like over 600,000 retail copies.
There's your money.
And, yeah, they're out of stock, and he apologized. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to post further shipment updates and keep you apprised.
I noticed that on the Thursday when it came out. Every store I went to, even the DVD stores I went to, at least, I don't know, 90% of them were sold out.
Yeah,
90%
I mean, it's shocking how much the big titles on 3DS are getting sold out. I mean, Bravely Default has had the same sort of supply issue.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3DS is really right now just getting to that threshold at which you can have these major breakout hits sell through their entire shipped allotment.
Right, yeah.
Right away.
Yeah, boom.
Gone.
Yeah, well, that's Nintendo for you, isn't it? I'm kind of not surprised. They know how to do this. They've been doing this correctly for, well, especially in the handheld space anyway.
Yeah.
They've been doing this like properly for like the past 8 years. They know how to do this.
Handhelds, though, they've been going since the Game Boy.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like from 3DS. From DS.
Yeah, I mean, obviously DS and now 3DS are, big hits, so.
Oh, they're huge. But yeah, no, I'm happy to see Nintendo. They seem to they've got their act together with this whole online and being able to download stuff online, and with you saying that you can download stuff from 12 o'clock on that night. So wow, that's great.
Well, that doesn't mean that all the big kids like us aren't up and ready to download, of course.
But but just having games ready to go at 12 midnight is awesome, because normally even like the stores won't even sell you a game in Japan at 12. Say for instance you go to Steyr, the video store, or Geo, the video store.
Yeah,
even if it's like 10 past 12, and you can say to them, look, right. It's day of, it's Thursday. They say no, because their
registers are still doing the previous business days transactions, which is baloney. It's like that stuff doesn't fly in America. It's like calendar changes, time to sell. The receipts say that date, that's when they're embargoed until.
Exactly. So now Nintendo kind of pushed that one away and say, well, you can download it now.
That's the Japanese retail industry as a whole.
Yeah, that's the Japanese retail. But so Nintendo have got around that, and they can say, basically, you can say, well, at 12 o'clock you can start downloading it, and then when you wake up in the morning on a Saturday morning, it's all done.
Right. So if you want to download your Wii U titles overnight, which are going to be bigger than the 3DS titles, that might be a good way to go.
Yeah, well, obviously you're not going to be able to do it on launch
day.
On launch
because
day,
you have to go pick up the hardware.
Go pick up the hardware. Can I download a Wii U, please?
You wouldn't download a car. Would you?
Get a 3D printer, and if a 3D printer can print it out for you. Right. But no, but that's cool though. So future Wii U games you can download 12 o'clock midnight. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. For somebody who is going to be buying it digitally.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, like yourself. I'm not. I'm going to be buying everything from retail, but mainly because I sell stuff back, because I have an allowance, and my allowance doesn't afford me to buy multiple copies of games, so I need to sell them back to the store in order to fund my next purchase. Unfortunately. And game prices in Japan are so damn expensive. It's
I know. That still hasn't pushed me to change my game buying habits aside from reducing my number of purchases. I never sell my games, so I just buy it to keep it. And I try to get as reasonable price as possible, as early as possible.
Right.
And the download issue, moving to downloadable purchases is a way of maintaining the high price point.
Yes.
So you don't have stock issues dragging the price down into price collapses.
Yeah.
Where the retailer just has to clear stock, and so they slash the prices just to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, some retailers don't, though, in Japan. It's funny because you'll see a game that's been on the shelf for 4 years, and it's still the same price as it was when it came out.
Some toy stores have vintage games at MSRP.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, like PlayStation 2 games.
Oh, you can find GameCube games at MSRP.
Yeah.
I've seen Nintendo 64 games in Japan at MSRP.
Yeah.
At old toy stores.
Yeah. They don't change. It's only really the small, like the...
Right, the tiny little toy stores.
Not even the tiny little game, but the actual, the real video game stores that pull prices. But like the rest of the retail stores, like a Dyer or something like that, they'll just keep it all at the same price. It's kind of mad.
Yeah, they leave it at MSRP, and it's no longer going to sell at that price, and it just sits there on the shelf forever. It's kind of fun to see. And
like you look at it, and
you feel sorry for it.
You feel sorry for it because all the packaging's all faded as well because it's been
it's like sun faded.
Yeah, sun faded. It's like wow, it looks old as well. It's great.
Yeah, it's like who's going to pay MSRP for that now?
Yeah, exactly as well. But the thing is, in Japan, I've asked them before. I've said to them, look at it. It's not in like the best condition or wherever.
Yeah.
And can you lower the price? And they've been like, no.
Oh, they're never going to sell it.
You're like, really? Yeah.
Not a museum piece either.
Yeah. So no, they refuse to change. I find Japan sometimes to be really inflexible.
Oh, they're horribly inflexible.
It's disgusting sometimes.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
But yeah, so the on November 8th, the day after the Nintendo Direct, the first Wii U commercial started to hit
in the US
in
and
Japan.
In Japan as well. Yeah, we started. I saw one myself.
I haven't actually seen one. I've only seen it on on YouTube.
Right, I saw one being broadcast. They've got. What's her name? Crystal Takigawa?
Okay. Not familiar with the name. As
the spokeswoman, yeah. She does the typical spokeswoman spiel where she speaks in a soft voice and, it's all Genki. Well, not horribly Genki, but just, kind of like the office lady type of smiling, gentle woman telling you about the new product.
Well, I think the Japanese one is fairly straightforward and it gets to the point straight away.
Right, it does a good job of explaining what the system is and what it can do.
Right.
The North American commercial is a lot of lights and flash, and it's like, oh, we got this and this and this, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? Slow down.
Yeah. And that's the difference between the two, and it's quite funny the watching. Two different regions go about their marketing strategy. Watching one is calm, and the other one looks like he's just come out of a rave and he's on ecstasy or something.
Right. Which one is going to communicate to the customers better?
Yeah, the Japanese one does a far better job, but
yeah, obviously.
I always understand that the West, there's so many other things out there to sell.
To compete for your attention.
Yeah, to compete for your attention, they have to throw it in your face and shout at you.
Oh man!
But that's the way the West is, right?
ADHD society.
Yeah, so they basically just have to throw it at you and shout at you in order to get your attention. But I always find that anybody who shouts and throws stuff at me, I tend to ignore or just turn off.
Right.
I can't stand being shouted at. I tune out straight away. So to me that kind of marketing doesn't work. But obviously it does. It does in the West.
Well, they do that to some extent in Japan, where if you're just walking down the street by a shop, sometimes the store employees will be standing outside the shops
with a megaphone.
With a megaphone, just screaming at the passersby.
Yeah. Well, they do it, as I said, they do it in a different way. They don't do that on TV. They do it on the high street when you're on the high street.
It's like, let me shop in peace.
That's a sure way to make me walk past your store.
Right. It's like, let me get away from you now.
Yeah. I see that person, I turn around and walk the opposite way. Not interested.
It's really disturbing.
Yeah, it is extremely disturbing. But so the machine comes out on the 8th of December in Japan. What are you picking up?
I am planning on getting New Super Mario Brothers U and maybe another game or two.
Okay, so you're buying the premium set or the regular 8 gig joke of a machine?
I am getting the premium set, which I have reserved at Big Camera.
Okie dokie. So you're going with the black set. I wish the 32 came in black and white.
I'm sure color variations are coming down the line.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Just like the 3DS and the LL or the XL as they call it over here. Obviously,
once they get through their launch period, I mean, they can just throw every color at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, well, they do. But I'm pretty upset that I can't get a white 32 on day one. I like my white systems. I don't know.
I will be perfectly happy with a black system because I wanted a black Wii, but it was not released in Japan before I had to break down and get one.
Right, okay, fair enough.
And then shortly after I got one, like just a couple months later, the black one was released. And I'm like,
yeah,
you've got to be kidding me. And, trading up to just a different color of the same system would cost like 5,000 yen to do a trade-in. It's like not justifiable.
Well, they don't actually do trade-ins over here, do they?
No, you'd have to sell one system and then buy the other one, or in the reverse order if you want to transfer your data over because it's tied to the system. Yeah,
you'd have to buy the other machine first, then transfer it, and then sell the white one, right?
Yeah, I wasn't going to go through that rigmarole, so I'm here with my 2 white Wii systems, one for North America and one for Japan.
Okay.
Because of a single if statement in the firmware that blocks discs from other regions.
Region-free gaming, huh?
And it only takes a single integer value on a disk to enable region locking.
You didn't go with the crack or the hack?
No, I didn't because I wanted to transfer my data to the successor system someday.
Oh, you can't do that if you've hacked it?
I don't know. I don't think that's known by anyone right now.
I'm going to have to unhack my machine.
So, yeah, it's like when you go to do your transfer from the Wii to the Wii U, will you get screwed if you've got your homebrew stuff installed? Maybe, maybe not. I can't say. I would just be speculating.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo would hit you with that, though, right?
Oh, well, I mean, they've implemented firmware upgrades in the past to disable it and block it and remove it from your system.
Right, I think I'm going to have to go back and reset it all. I don't know, can you do that without wiping all your stuff off your machine?
I never read up about it in detail, so I couldn't say.
That's going to be fun in games.
Proceed at your own risk.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Oh, well, no problem. Yeah, so you're getting the black system, 32 gig. Are you going to get the Pro controller?
Eventually, yeah.
Oh, so you're not getting it day one?
No, if I wanted it day one, I could have gotten
the Monster
controller
Hunter
cheaper with the Monster Hunter pack, but I'm not really interested in Monster Hunter. So.
Well, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting the Monster Hunter pack with the Pro controller and Monster Hunter.
Right, yeah.
Monster Hunter looks pretty good because, I mean, the thing that they didn't do on the PlayStation 3 version of, the HD version that they did for PS3, they didn't...
Yeah, they had a bunch of versions.
Yeah, well, they didn't up-res the UI.
Oh, really?
So it was all nasty and blocky and stuff. It was all pixelated and stuff. It was like nasty. But the Wii U version
is all redone.
Yeah, they've redone it. It's like, thank Christ. You know, it's like, thank God I can look at that now without my eyes being offended.
Yeah, they've got a lot of cool networking features on that game. You can play online or with several different systems. You can play with the 3DS and go back and forth with your save data. It's pretty cool. I have to salute them with their efforts.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to playing that online because, I mean, this is going to like show me the Wii U's online potential day one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have the Dragon Quest X beta voucher for when that comes online next year, so I'll be able to dabble in that because I was not about to shell out for the Wii version with the Wii U version coming out just shortly thereafter.
Right.
So I want to try it out before I commit to it because these MMOs, you know, take a large time commitment, and I want to be sure I know what I'm getting into before I throw my life away.
Right, fair enough. Because I mean, okay, so I'm getting the Wii U Monster Hunter pack. I'm also getting Mario. I'm have to buy Nintendo Land.
Really?
Why did they not pack it in?
Because they can take advantage of the Japanese consumers.
Yeah, they are, but they have. Because I'm buying that as well.
Yeah, I might get that one that's like in...
It's got Metroid in it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of different mini-games that feel like the gameplay of their other franchises and are themed as such and are multiplayer. I mean, it's not as exciting as they were hoping it would be at their E3 presentation with the fireworks and everything.
Right.
It's not that exciting. But still, I mean, it may be sufficient for like a party game. You know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, so I'm getting that. And I really don't want to, but I really think I will. Is Zombie Wii U?
Zombie U, really?
U, yeah. I don't know
why. You like
your
zombie games?
No, I don't. I'm looking for something. A bit of action, you know. I'm not into Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you're probably going to hate me, but that's another one of my maybes.
Oh, really? No, I'm not going to hate. Why am I going to hate you for that? There's no.
Well, Ubisoft pulled down your video, right?
Yeah, okay, they did that, but whatever. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I'm all about pouring tea in the river, or Boston Harbor, I should say.
Right. No, I'm thinking of getting Wii U, Zombie U. I mean, one of the reasons I'm thinking of getting it is because it's located in London. I don't want to see London messed up with zombies and stuff. So,
that's your stomping ground, right?
Yeah, killing zombies in London's got to be funny, right?
Well, I mean, Shaun of the Dead was funny.
Yeah, there you go. And so was what was the other one? The serious one?
Dawn of the Dead?
No. The one set in London. The zombie movie in London set in London.
I don't know. I don't watch zombie movies.
Right. Oh, God. The names escaped me. 24 hours or...
24 days later?
Yeah, there you go. Later? That's the one.
28 days
28
later.
days later, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, I think it's going to remind me of that. So, I'm thinking of probably getting 4 games on launch.
Dang, yeah. I might get 1 to 3, so we'll see.
1 to 3. Yeah, I'm just, as I said before, I'm really excited to see Nintendo in HD. I think I might have to buy a new TV as well.
Oh, I'm already rocking the 50-inch flat screen plasma, so...
Yeah, I've only got a 32 plasma, so...
I am good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good to go. I'm still HD in that, but I think I want a bigger screen to have this glorious Nintendo HD in.
It is awfully nice.
Yeah, I know it's awfully nice.
Yeah.
I know people with big TVs and stuff. But yeah, damn, I'm getting excited. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, we've got a month to go.
I've got a month to go. It's not just that though. I mean, I'm kind of starting to feel like I did when I knew I was getting the Super Famicom, because I bought the Japanese version.
Oh man, that came out a whole year earlier.
Exactly, so I had the whole thing a year earlier than everybody else.
Oh man.
So it was kind of like the same with like the PlayStation, because I came to Japan for the PlayStation. So I had that for what? It was like 10 months before everybody else.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Yeah, so
those staggered console launches were brutal back in the day.
Yeah, so just think ourselves lucky that we don't have to wait 9 months for the console,
Oh man, I would fly home at that point.
Oh yeah, I would have gone home as well at that point as well, or at least imported one.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's more than a couple months, measures must be taken.
3 weeks is still going to be kind of torture for me though, just to watch Twitter just go off, and all of the.
Oh, it's going to be torture reading NeoGAF, because everyone's going to be posting from their system. You know
what makes it worse for you? You've been doing all these online translations, right? And then and then everyone plays it before you.
Yeah, everyone gets their information translated by me, and then I have to sit on the sidelines and watch everyone else play. That's going to be great.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah, it's like, woo.
Yeah. Awesome. It's going to be cool though. I'm really looking forward to it. So that was the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, we've also got an FAQ from Nintendo that was posted the other day.
Okay, what was posted on their FAQ?
They had a bunch of stuff from like hardware to built-in software to parental features. I've pulled a few interesting questions that maybe not everyone already knows.
Okay, so hit me with them.
All right, so can the sensor bar built into the Wii U gamepad be used instead of the standard sensor bar? And no, it cannot.
Okay.
The sensor bar in the gamepad is for use only in software specifically built to make use of it, of which there are none as of December 8th, 2012.
2012, right? 2002, I was going to say?
There weren't any then either.
Yeah, no, right.
In the GameCube days, yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's one.
Yeah, why don't you ask the questions and I'll answer them.
Okay, can the Wii U gamepad be used to play Wii software?
No, the Wii U gamepad functionality is not available when using the Wii U menu to play Wii games or WiiWare or Wii Virtual Console titles.
So it's switching into a different shell?
It's basically going into Wii mode, which locks out all of the extraneous functionality that was not there in the original Wii.
I find that really bizarre, them doing that.
The machine behaves exactly like a Wii, and that is to maximize compatibility.
So you can't play your Wii software on the gamepad and look at it on the screen?
No.
That sounds ridiculous, because that's what they've been pushing. Like, oh, you can play your games on the screen while someone else watches baseball.
I know, and that's one of my big complaints, is not being able to play Virtual Console on the gamepad. And that would require there being Wii U versions of these Virtual Console titles.
I think that's a mistake.
It is a mistake, and a lot of people are asking for this to be corrected. And
is that people or developers?
The gameplay
community.
Gameplaying community.
So I think that needs to come from developers, though, right?
Asking for Virtual Console on Wii U?
Yeah.
I mean, there are certainly third-party publishers who own game rights that have sold their titles through the Virtual Console service on the Wii.
Right.
And to a limited extent on the 3DS, that may have an additional potential market on the Wii U. Huh. I mean, you're able to import your Virtual Console and other Wii U download and data over to the Wii U system, but it will only be runnable in that Wii mode. So This also means that all of the legacy Wii software will not interact with Miiverse. So you won't have Miiverse communities for, say, Super Mario Brothers. Or
Nintendo.
Ocarina of Time. Or Super Mario 64. Or any other game on the Virtual Console. Which is a mistake.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake.
I mean, I want to post screenshots from these classic games and share them.
Yeah.
To
why wouldn't you
forth with other people about these old games?
Oh God.
I want to play it on my gamepad.
Yeah, I want to let my wife watch The Walking Dead while I carry on playing something.
It's like you want to play Super Metroid on the gamepad.
Yeah. Right? Why not?
It's like people with thin walls want to play Super Metroid on the toilet.
That's what I do anyway.
Okay, well, officially at least.
Yeah. Oh, Nintendo. Is this something that they can fix with firmware?
I think that this would require
a rewrite.
The emulator wrappers around these old ROMs to be updated so that they run natively on the Wii U as opposed to the Wii, which, have different architectures as their different consoles.
Right.
So that would, require Nintendo to go back through quality assurance.
Could the Wii U not just run an emulator and those games just run in the Wii U emulator instead of the Wii U?
Wii emulator? That's what it is.
Yeah, but it's switching, so can't they just do the emulator without it switching to Wii U mode?
Oh, you're talking about a software emulator?
Yeah.
That itself, would not guarantee 100% compatibility and would require lengthy
testing,
quality assurance cycles, which are costly and would generate no extra revenue. So,
but people would be happy though.
They'd be happy, but people are buying the system anyway.
Can't you do so? Just both. If you want the true mode, you have to switch to Wii U mode. But if you want to play it within the Wii U, and there may be problems, there you go.
Yeah, it's like
it's a trade-off, right?
It's so stringent about potential bugs that might creep into these large back catalogs of games.
Right.
I mean, that's why you're not seeing up-resed Wii games, is because backwards compatibility is meant to present games exactly as they were.
Right.
Already having gone through quality assurance, already certified to perform bug-free in that environment for which they were developed.
Right.
If you start introducing things like up-resing, which, would add more pixels to the field of view to get rid of all the jaggies and, if you start adding anti-aliasing, I mean, you're no longer really emulating the games as they were. You're porting them to a new system.
Right.
So that's an entirely different production cycle and certification process through quality assurance.
Ooh.
And that's a whole nother budgeting and marketing and another sales cycle, which means that users have to pay for a new version. I mean, you didn't just get the new Wii control versions of GameCube games for free. You had to pay for them.
Right.
I mean, you could pop the GameCube games into your Wii and they would play as they did on the GameCube, but they didn't have the extra Wii controls. I mean, that's an extra feature that they had to go and spend money to develop. So that's why we're
makes
seeing...
me sad.
I know, it's sad. And, it'd be nice if Wii games and Virtual Console and WiiWare could all tie into Miiverse and play histories and your user save data, the whole 9 yards. It'd be great. It'd be awesome.
Wii U too.
You can't even buy, the legacy Wii U downloadable software through the Wii U eShop. I mean, you have to go in through the Wii Shop channel and the Wii menu.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stores are totally segregated.
I think this is probably going to push me to the fact that I probably won't buy anything that's anything to do with Wii.
Yeah, I think that market is pretty much going to be killed off. Nobody's going to buy anything on the Legacy Wii shop channel.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fair enough. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Sure.
Do developers have to do any extra work for their titles to support Miiverse?
No, game software is supported by the basic Miiverse functionality with no additional work required. So just simple message board features and screenshots apparently will just come with the system, supported at the OS level. Okay. And the developers don't have to do anything extra if they don't want to. They can optionally add additional Miiverse features such as context-sensitive message prompts. So like you can post messages in certain situations and see messages from other users about certain situations in the game.
Right.
I mean, if you do certain accomplishments in the game, they might make note of that and have that feedback tied to Miiverse. I mean, it's not a standardized accomplishment system, but
right. It
allows you to compare your achievements in a non-uniform manner.
Right.
That is totally up to the developer.
It'd be great if games had like heat maps in them and you could see where everyone dies.
No, yeah, that'd be a cool feature. And don't games like Zombie U do that?
I'm not too sure. As I said, I've been trying to steer clear of like videos and information because I just want to get this fresh for myself when I unbox it, you know.
Yeah, so I'm sure developers will come up with all sorts of cool features for data sharing through Miiverse, and that should be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'm intrigued as to how they're gonna implement stuff like that.
Yeah, so basically they don't have to do anything if they don't want to, but they could do cool stuff if they do.
Okie dokie. Okay, is there a system-wide cross-game voice chat?
We talked about this earlier, and no, there is not at this time, and there's been no mention of any such feature. Basically, voice chat is up to the developer on a per-game basis.
So the Wii U, it doesn't have Bluetooth in the Wii U system at all, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
So there's no Bluetooth headset then. So you're going to be tethered to this machine?
You'll have to plug a headset into the Wii U gamepad.
I don't want to be tethered.
Well, I mean, the Wii U gamepad is wireless.
Yeah, that's wireless, but you can still...
It'll still have to be next to you.
You're still going to plug something into something, right? You still got a cord going from the pad to your head.
Yeah, so, I mean...
I don't want that. I want to be, like, wireless. I want to be able to stand up and walk to the bathroom without, like, unhooking myself.
I'm sure there'll be a third-party accessory for that. I mean, aren't there already USB wireless headsets available?
I think there's a dongle that goes in the USB port, right?
I'm sure there's such a headset.
Oh well, I hope there is because I don't want to be.
Sure
I don't want to be tethered. I don't think I should be tethered anymore. It's 2012. I'm not tethered to anything. I mean, my phone is untethered. I can send music from my computer to my phone wirelessly. You know, I can update my phone or my iPad or whatever without hooking up to a computer now. I can just do it all wirelessly. I don't see why I need to, in 2012, be tethered to anything anymore.
Maybe we'll see a new version of the Wii U Pro controllers if customers are loud enough and they're complaining about the lack of a mic port.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to not carry on because I'll just like start complaining and ranting and yeah, okay. Is there a system-wide accomplishment system? And we've spoken about this also.
Yeah, and the answer is no.
No!
It's time to let go and let the developers do what they want. If they want to give you accomplishments, they will. And they can do cool things through Miiverse if they so choose.
Right. So, okay, one thing I want to ask you is, have you been visiting your local stores recently?
Occasionally.
Have you seen anything Wii U in the store?
I've seen posters, basically with their pre-order status.
Right. Basically, all of them saying that Monster Hunter is sold out, so don't bother asking.
And the other bundles are available for pre-order.
Yeah, both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's what I've seen. I've also seen that the poor PS Vita, in the majority of stores that I go to, I'm not talking about Softmap or Big Camera or
the
Yodobashi.
big electronic stores.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about like just regular game stores that they just sell video games.
Right. Specialty stores.
Yeah. They've pushed the Vitas into the corner at the back of the store. It's like,
dang.
Yeah. And
that's a slap down.
So, and this is a month before the Wii U is launched.
A whole month?
A whole month. And actually, this happened over a week ago. So,
and they have empty Wii U sections?
So they've got empty Wii U sections where the boxes will be with just posters covering the shelves.
Wow.
So the Vita has been pushed away into the corner, and in the Vita's place there's posters. There's some game boxes there. I think the Assassin's Creed 3
mock-ups.
I think the Assassin's Creed 3 one is like the official
box art.
The official box art, yeah. So that's there. They've got the Wii U brochures, so they've got those on the shelves as well, and they've got like store posters that the store itself has actually made up.
But no demo units yet?
No demo units. They have, some of them have like a video screen, a Wii U video screen, which is from trailers. Nintendo, yeah, where they showed like the commercial or the trailer for the game.
Right.
But, yeah, the poor Vita has been pushed into the back of the store, into the corner.
Wow. Vita's been demoted below posters. Ouch.
Pretty much. Well, saying that though, the Vita in the stores that I go to, there's more secondhand software on the shelves than new.
Ouch.
There's a hell of a lot more software secondhand on the store shelves than new software, which is kind of a bad sign.
Yeah.
There's more secondhand Vitas than the original 3DS.
Oh, dang.
In one store I went to, I counted 37 Vitas.
What?
37 second pre-owned Vitas.
How much were they going for?
19,000
yen.
Yeah, that's the price that they should be. I knew.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's the price that they should be new with an at least a 4 gig card.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, so that's the price of a pre-owned one in Japan. But there's like 37 on my last count, and compared
how will
to,
they burn through those?
Yeah, compared to the 3DS, the original 3DS.
How many?
There was only 16.
And how much were they going for?
Oh, the original ones, I think they're going for 14, I believe.
That much? I think they're going for more like
11
or 12,000, yeah.
11 or 12, something like that, yeah. But there was a lot less. That's what I'm saying is there's a lot less original 3DSs, which kind of got universally panned because of like it scratches the screen when you close it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Well, saying that though, my LL has scratched its screen as well. It's got the same issue.
Yeah, it's not as noticeable just yet, but I can see it starting.
Yeah, it's already started on mine, and I'm like, come on.
It's like, no, I just upgraded. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so yeah, it's still got the same issue, but it just didn't take as long. But yeah, there's less original 3DSs than Vitas. So again, another really bad sign.
Come on, Sony, let's see some games.
It's not just the games. They really price of entry for a PlayStation Vita. Even if you buy just the Wi-Fi version, that's 25,000 yen just for the Wi-Fi version. Yeah, then if you want to buy one game, that's like another 5,000 yen. So there's 30,000 yen. Yeah. Then if you want to buy a memory card of any size, and if you buy any kind of memory card, you want to be going for at least a 16.
So overall, what do you think going into the Wii U launch? What are you expecting or hoping from the system? And How do you think it's going to do?
Well, looking at the retail stores so far, the units haven't sold out, which is a bit of a surprise. I don't know why.
Which is different from in America where you can't find a pre-order to save your life. Right.
So being able to get both systems almost anywhere is kind of weird. I would have thought at least one of them would have been sold out. But saying that, though, I think one of them would have been sold out if it wasn't for the Monster Hunter pack.
Well, the Monster Hunter pack, to be fair, is sold out.
Yeah, that is sold out. So what I'm saying is I think the premium would have been sold out if it was not for the Monster Hunter pack.
So had there not been a Monster Hunter pack, the premium would be sold out.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure about that.
I have to wonder if the allocation for the Monster Hunter pack is inadequate, as is often the case.
From most stores I saw, I mean, most of the stores I've been to actually put their numbers on of how many systems they were getting of each system.
Really?
Yeah. So
what kind of numbers were you seeing?
It was saying like what I saw after the Monster Hunter pack was announced, and then they started taking pre-orders. Some of the stores were saying like 15 units for the Monster Hunter,
which are all gone.
Yeah, which are gone. Whereas the premium order, the premium set and the basic set, they will a lot more.
How many more?
Another 30 on top
of each.
Yeah. But now when you go into the stores, like say for instance, Gale, which is the video rental store.
Right.
He'll say, we have 3 units left. We have 4 units left. And I've been watching those go down pretty slowly for the past 2 weeks.
Well, to be fair, there hasn't really been any marketing until last week.
Yeah, since the 8th. So, but these stores have had prominent displays as soon as you walk into the store. It's pretty much the first thing you see.
Right, it's hard to miss.
A big, huge Wii U poster with saying how many machines they had left and what was being launched with the system.
Yeah, but just store displays alone are not going to do it. I mean, you need to have the whole set of information in order to make an informed purchase.
Yeah.
So, we haven't had that information.
We haven't had that information until last week. Yeah. But yeah, so what I'm saying is I'm pretty sure the premium system would have been sold out if it was not for the Monster Hunter pack.
Yeah.
Saying that, I still think that the game's lineup is pretty poor. I think I said that last time.
Yeah, you were lamenting the lack of a racing game.
Well, racing game, puzzle games, there's not much there. I don't think there's much there at all. For a launch system, they've got ports. I think they've got like 8 ports.
Yeah, they've got some downloadable games coming down the pipe.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about day one when I go into the store and here's my cash, take my cash. I've got like 8 ports already.
Yeah, there are going to be 11 titles in Japan on launch day.
Yeah. So, of those, I'm getting Mario. I'm getting the Monster Hunter. I'm getting Mario Land, which is not a pack-in over here. I think I'll say that again. And probably Zombie U. And none of those are ports.
Yeah, there are quite a few ports. We've got FIFA 13, Mass Effect 3, Ninja Gaiden 3, Musou Orochi 2, Hyper, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Ass Creed 3, and Batman Arkham City.
Batman. There's all your ports.
Yeah, Monster Hunter 3G, to be fair, is also a port.
Is it? Okay, sorry, that's a port as well.
But, yeah, that's going to sell gangbusters anyway.
Mm-hmm. So, to be honest, I think that the launch is pretty poor.
Mm-hmm.
In Japan. They have a few more titles in the West, I think.
Yeah, they've got Scribblenauts.
Right, okay. Is that something that's not going to be over here?
Not right away, at least.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think for the system, launch and the games I'm getting, I think I'm okay for a while. But I think there's a few genres that they're sorely missed.
Yeah, I mean, the puzzle genre might be covered by the Wario game coming early next year.
Right. Yeah, I'm just talking about day one.
Yeah, day one. I mean, this is going to be just about it for December. I mean, later in December, we've got Romance of the Three Kingdoms 12, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Okay.
Simple Series for Wii Volume 1, The Family Party.
Yippee.
And Sports Connection. And that's it for December.
Right. And that's not anything to blow my socks off.
Unless you love COD Blops, no.
No, and I don't.
Nor do I. So, outside of that...
It seems to be very Western-centric as well, doesn't it? Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it does strike me as a bit odd as seeing all these Western third parties with their Wii U launch titles, which is, does bode well for the system going forward. If these launch titles are able to meet their expectations in the West, then we might see the third-party publishers continue to support the system going forward.
Right.
Hopefully. Which is really needed to draw in,
I'm just surprised that there's not a lot of Japanese titles.
Well, that's not really true either, because you've got Monster Hunter 3G, Ninja Gaiden 3,
Okay, port.
Nintendo Land, New Super Mario Bros. U, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, all developed in Japan.
Yeah, but those more than half of them are ports, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is original titles from day one from Japan, and there's not many.
There are Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Bros. U.
And they're both Nintendo games. And you would expect nothing less than Nintendo to bring up something new with their new system that they're launching, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't expect ports from Nintendo at launch unless you're talking about special cases like Twilight Princess.
Right. So I'm just a bit funny with the whole thing. I just would have thought there would have been more first party and more Japanese developed titles, new titles for the machine. Not a bunch of ports.
Well, I mean, a lot of the Nintendo titles that were going to be at launch were pushed back to next year.
Yeah, quite upset.
Pikmin 3,
right?
Which is a game that I really, really, really want to play at launch.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just going to have to sit and play the waiting game.
Yep.
But, I mean, I guess that beats having a spring drought.
Right, yeah. I'm interested to see how they handle it. And I'm interested to see how other Japanese developers bring their games to the table. And how fast they do.
Well, that's the thing is, a lot of Japanese developers have been focusing pretty exclusively on the handheld systems.
Yeah.
And increasingly on...
Well, isn't this both?
Stupid cell phone games, too.
Isn't this both? Isn't this having the luxury of both? The home
I mean, do you really see the Japanese developers bring their games to PS3 and 360 so much?
No, I'm saying that the both, as in like they've got the home console and they've got the gamepad, as in like the
Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really portable, strictly speaking.
It's portable for your house, right? As long as you've got
it's portable for your living room, but you can't just take it out with you.
No. I'm not saying that. But it's just. I
mean, you've got the high definition resolution and the attending assets that need to be built for that.
Right.
Which have got to be, pretty time intensive in order to polish those up to a shine that can withstand high definition resolutions.
Yes.
I mean, physics have to be, adequate because you can see all the fine details that you could just smooth over in the lower resolutions.
Of course.
I mean, the budgets, just simply by definition of the system's capabilities, have to be higher in order to
produce
fill
both.
up that game world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, as long as they're not just going to use it as a map.
And a lot of developers, I'm sure, will do that.
Yeah, I mean, given budgets and all, probably.
Sure, I mean, I can easily see the TV being the 3D world and the gamepad being a 2D map.
Right, exactly. Or your...
I mean, that happened a lot on the DS and the 3DS.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you concentrate your graphics horsepower onto one screen and really make it shine, and then just have the second screen as,
your inventory or your map.
Inventory or map, just extra information.
Yeah.
Interface.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Be quite... I mean, game budgets are pretty tight these days anyways.
So you think that the publishers will bring their games to Wii U simply to make back more money on their investments?
Probably.
Yeah, I could see that happening for at least a couple of years here before the new systems hit.
At least for a whole year. Yeah, they've got like a whole year. Yeah,
they at least have a year on the market to themselves, competing only with the legacy systems from Sony and Microsoft. So
yeah, the Sony and Microsoft, though, they're still pumping out quality titles, which do look pretty damn special still.
But they're also winding down development.
Yeah, they're winding down development, but as you know, as a gamer, the later into the console cycle, like you see the best coming out of it towards its end of its life, right?
And then it starts to thin out.
And then but still, you're still going to see some quality big hitters towards the end of their lives, right? And I'm pretty sure Sony they've still got a bunch of titles to come.
Yeah, I think next year is going to be the last big hurrah for those systems.
I can still see Sony putting into it, because I mean they're not going to just.
Yeah, it's going to last for a while.
They're not going to just go, okay, game over, next system. They didn't do that with the PS1.
10-year plan.
They didn't do it with the PS2. I mean, they still have big titles coming out. They're not just going to say, okay, game over. We've only got 70 million units out there, so let's stop developing games for them all.
No, obviously the system's going to have a tail to it, and it will last into the PS4's life cycle.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. And I think that's the time when you start to see like developers really, really, really pushing it.
So, but by that point, do you think the Wii U will have built up enough of a head of steam to justify spreading development resources over the other systems as well as the Wii U? Will the Wii U stay at the table, so to speak, or will it get left in the dust as the Wii was in terms of multi-platform games?
I can see the games developed for both PS3 and 360 towards the tail end of their life being ported to the Wii U, but the new games developed for it, I'm not too sure they're going to be able to stand up.
So you don't think PS4 and 720 games will be coming to the Wii U so much?
Well, I think they will, but in some kind of a ported version of it. Like Capcom, they've got their...
oh, God.
Well, Capcom, they've got their... was it what?
Umbrella Chronicles?
No. Like, what's the dev cycle they're using to develop games? I can't remember the software that they're using. But, like, say, for instance, they got X-Troopers, right?
Right.
And X-Troopers on the PS3 and X-Troopers on the 3DS. They're
same
both
game.
Yeah, but they both sync together and they both run off the same piece of dev.
The same engine.
Pretty much the same engine, just scaled to the different platforms.
Right.
And
so
I think
you still need to have different asset resolutions. I mean,
yeah, but I think the engine starts to do that automatically. I think that's something that what developers will start looking into.
Well, I mean, for the models, you can do that to some extent, but has to be tuned by hand, right?
Yeah, you need to go in and do all the LODs by hand, yeah.
Right, and I mean, even the textures, textures should be authored at the higher resolution and then get scaled down.
Get scaled down, yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's what this Capcom, the way they're developing their stuff, it does some of that stuff like that. That's why when I played X-Troopers on the 3DS, I was blown away with whoa, how close it was to the PS3 version. I mean, yeah, it was like, wow. I didn't think it was that close because I didn't actually play the 3DS version at TGS. It was only until the demo came out I was like, holy crap.
Well, that's one of the advantages of having a smaller screen.
Yeah, of course.
With the low resolution, you don't need to have as much of a pixel fill rate, so you can devote more of the system's resources into drawing pretty effects versus pushing pixels.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and that's a reason why it looks so good. But that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, that's how I think the developers and publishers are going to go about it. They're going to probably have some kind of an engine where it's scalable and adaptable to take it from the high-end systems and drop it down to whatever they need to drop it to.
I think one of the big keys in that regard will be whether or not Unreal Engine 4 supports Wii U.
And as far as we're aware, it doesn't, right?
Last we heard that was a negatory.
Right, okay.
But that may be changing. There have been some rumblings to that effect.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, why wouldn't id? It's not id, is it? Sorry.
No, it's not id. It's Epic.
Epic's, beg your pardon. Yeah, Epic. Why wouldn't Epic want it on that system?
Yeah, you would think that they would want to make their engine available to as many royalty opportunities as possible.
Exactly. So I don't see why they wouldn't at least try and get it ported to some extent. Maybe not the full thing, but to some
you don't need all the features.
Yeah, you don't need all the features. Just to some extent where you can actually pull a game that's using that tech and you can bring it across. Maybe not all the bells and whistles are there and all the effects and stuff, but the
as
actual,
long as the work pipeline is there,
exactly,
and the assets are sufficiently scalable, then it should be fairly straightforward to also push out a Wii U version.
Yeah.
Aside from the platform specific features like the gamepad.
Well, I'm not too worried anyway because as Nintendo's shown with the Wii, they didn't really need it. I mean, if you bought the Wii, it was your Nintendo machine. It was your Nintendo box.
Well, that's been the case for many generations.
Exactly, and I don't think it's going to be much different. I mean, I think for the first 3, maybe 4 years, it'll have software very similar to what's on the other platforms.
4 years is most of the generation.
Okay, 2 years. 2 to 3 years then, right?
Yeah.
2 to 3 years, it'll have software at a similar similar caliber to what the others are giving. But after that, when people start to wrap their head around the new hardware for the next box and the PS4, and they start to wrap their head around what they're actually doing with it and what they can do with it, you'll see the difference. You'll see a tail off. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many Wii U ports there will be versus how many will just leave Wii U at the wayside. That should be interesting to watch. I mean, you can already probably predict which publishers are going to do what.
Right, okay. Well, if you look at like EA, for instance, they seem to just be rehashing that same Madden engine over and over and over again, right?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, they've been on the same engine since the Xbox 360 started.
Right. So, just to update rosters and stuff like that, it's not taxing.
Well, they do other features.
Yeah, I know they do other features as well, but I mean, once you've got the game as a whole and it's working, to update features is not that difficult.
It's different from creating a new engine. Yeah,
exactly. Obviously. So, I mean, once you get used to the hardware, you can always make slight improvements.
Yeah.
As time goes on, and then I think that's what will happen. Yeah, and I think after 2 to 3 years of the Xbox and the PS4, when they've been out and they start to get to grips with the technology and how to use it, you will definitely see a move. But as I said, I don't think Nintendo needs it because Nintendo's always been about Nintendo games.
Well, the question then is, will Nintendo be able to sustain the Wii U for at least 5 years of a generation?
Yes, they did it.
Because Nintendo software support for the Wii trailed off for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but Nintendo kept that going.
No, Nintendo software trailed off.
Nintendo did as well, but they still had like games coming out. I mean,
but not really sufficient.
No, not really sufficient, but they were still selling numbers. I mean, okay,
last year's big game was Skyward Sword, and that was it for the Wii.
Yeah, but I mean, you've also had the was it Last Story?
The Last Story was Japan only, and then Xseed picked it up for the US.
Yeah, then they had Pandora's Tower, which did pretty well in Japan.
And did not come to the US.
Didn't go to the US. And then you had, what was the other one? Xenoblade, which did. Maybe not the US, it was in Europe. Yeah. But I'm saying they still had big titles coming out, which were Wii only. You know?
Yeah, begrudgingly.
Yeah, begrudgingly or not, they still had them.
Very late and not marketed, basically just sent to die.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I think that I don't think Nintendo have got a problem. As long as Nintendo keep producing Nintendo games, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope
just as long as Nintendo treat the third parties with some kind of respect. You know?
I mean, there have been reports in recent days of Miyamoto going around to the third parties recruiting support for the Wii U.
Right.
So that's encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
I hope he's going to be able to be successful in that mission.
Right.
I mean, how would you like to be a developer and get visited by Miyamoto asking you to create games for the new Nintendo system?
I'd be pretty privileged to have him in my office. You know? And
then what would you say? Would you say, yeah, but our marketing guys all want us on the other system? Or, oh, but the suits? Or
But for now, no, because what I'm producing now is already on the 360 and PS3. So what I'm doing now on the 360 and PS3, I could port to your Wii U.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll see a number of ports.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, we've already seen a number of ports with 8 of them in day one.
Yeah.
So to be honest, no, I don't see Nintendo having a problem. It's just going to be another Wii U. I think it'll do
another Wii.
Another Wii. I think it'll do gangbusters for the first 3 to 4 years, and then you'll see it'll tail off.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can make it last for a full generation. I would hate to see it languish the last years of the generation again.
Well, all systems kind of languish the last in its twilight years, though, right? None of them are really shining because everyone's focused somewhere else.
Yeah, but I think Nintendo systems for the past few generations have really been hit hard at the end of their generations. The N64, the GameCube, the Wii, they've all had really weak generation-ending years.
Well, that's because Nintendo tried to keep them alive for so long. They got them on life support.
No, I mean, the generations have only lasted 5 years prior to this generation.
Well, yeah, but that's another reason because Nintendo like to bring in, they like to use old tech.
That wasn't really true until the Wii generation. I mean, the GameCube and the Nintendo 64 and even the Super Nintendo were all technologically competitive with the other platforms of their generation.
But they were later.
They were later, and they were more advanced.
Yeah.
This time, later. The Wii U's got at least a 1 year head start. The Wii was, basically released simultaneously with the PS3 and a year later than the 360.
Exactly. But even when it was released a year later than the 360, it was still... it was...
Yeah, it was late to the party and undergunned.
Yeah. So... It's kind of Nintendo's MO, right?
Well, I mean, they changed strategy with the Wii, trying to avoid the higher production costs.
Yeah. But they're still making a loss on the Wii U.
Right? Yeah, for at least through the end of the year. I mean, they didn't really give a specific time frame as to when
it won't be long.
Back into profitability.
It won't be
I don't
long.
think it will be.
There's no way it's going to be long. You know Nintendo. I mean, they'll burn through 10 million machines in no time, and then by the time they sell 10 million machines, they'll be making a profit again. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm sure that the actual dollar amount on the box is attuned to the customer expectations and not their production costs.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the production costs turned out to be, it's probably just, a few odd dollars above the price on the box. Mm-hmm. So that will come into tune to profitability relatively soon, I'm sure.
Well, either way, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at the calendar for the next month while everyone else is.
I mean, I've owned every system, every Nintendo system. I've bought into it. It's not like I'm not buying into it.
No, yeah, I mean, it's just,
hoping you mean other developers buy into it and keep it going.
Right. So, yeah, hopefully it's supported well and we have a good generation from Nintendo.
I just want to see Nintendo in HD, that's all.
Yeah, it's about time. I am finally glad to have, some nice graphics from the world's best game makers.
Finally glad to plug a HDMI cable into a Nintendo unit. That's what's going to be my...
Yeah.
That's what's going to tip me over the edge. Oh, my God, it's happening,
Yeah, it's been too long. I mean, since the dawn of the HD era, I've been waiting for an HD Nintendo system. It's like 1998. HD TVs are out.
Yeah.
Is the GameCube going to be in HD? Maybe? No?
No, you got a D4 socket, right? In Japan, it was a D4, which is composite.
It was what?
It's the composite. It's called a D4 socket.
Oh, you mean the D terminal?
The D terminal, yeah. It's called D4 in Japan.
Yeah, I had the D terminal cable.
Yeah, the D terminal cable is pretty good though. It looks hella sharp.
Okay, but I mean it's still only 480p.
Yeah, it's still only 40p, but still, I mean the PlayStation 3 can put out through a D4 socket and do 1080.
Well, in any case, the HDMI is the standard connection.
It's the standard connection. Yeah, it is better. But no. It's I can't wait till December 8th to plug in my HDMI cable into a Nintendo box. Yeehaw.
Should be good.
Yeehaw. Yeah, of course.
Why wouldn't it be?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I've been a Nintendo boy. I mean, I told everyone on the podcast I was a Nintendo boy, but I lost interest. I think when the 64 came out.
Yeah, there were some long droughts on that system.
Yeah.
97 was particularly painful.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't... I mean, I developed a Nintendo 64 game, Wipeout.
Oh, yeah?
I helped... Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
Well, there was no texture memory on that system.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I was working for Sony at the time anyway, so...
Yeah.
I didn't like the route that they took. But yeah, I mean, I think my favorite system still is probably the Super Famicom. I think that's the time when I enjoyed games the most.
That's a great system. I mean, they had classics for that game every year.
Yeah, I mean,
unbelievable.
It wasn't just Nintendo though; it was everybody. Everybody had classics.
Oh, sure.
It wasn't just Nintendo though. That's the difference.
They were all bringing their A game. I mean, that's when Capcom and Square made their reputations.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then obviously you had Nintendo and Sega punching it out.
Yep. Keeping it lively.
Yeah, and it was a great time, and I had both systems. But I was Nintendo through and through. It wasn't just for Nintendo games; it was for other titles as well. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to the day when they come back and then slap me in the face and they go, "Hey, we're back!" And and I say, like, where the hell have you been for the last 20 years? You know, I'm looking forward to that time again. So hopefully they can bring it.
If there is a new game, like a brand new IP from Nintendo that just blows all of our socks off on the Wii U, that would be ideal for me. You know, not just the standard franchise entries that are requisite every generation. I want something new.
Well, to make a new IP in this day and age is pretty tough.
I know it's risky and expensive.
Yeah. But Nintendo's certainly got the cash, and they've certainly got the staff and the talent behind it to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's whether or not they want to step up to that plate and actually do it, knowing the fact that they can bring out A, B, and C and still make just as much money with
Smash Brothers,
with no
Mario
franchise.
Kart, and Animal Crossing.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'd be happy with another Super Famicom Mario Kart that was as good as the Super Famicom version.
The Mode 7?
Oh yeah. Damn.
Oh man, all those pixelated textures.
But back in the day, you'd see nothing like it.
No, yeah, it was unreal.
Yeah, I mean, like Contra and stuff like that. And you had we went from a side-scrolling side-scrolling shooter to top-down, and like the top-down, it would like spin from like the sky all the way down, and you know it would keep changing, and then the bosses would be Mode 7 and stuff, and it was like, holy crap, what's going on? You know, you'd never seen anything like that before, and like every time Konami brought something out, back in the day of the Super Famicom, you were always blown away by what was going on, and you were like, you never could imagine that this Nintendo system, that when you first got Super Mario Land, that this what could
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World. That this is what could happen. Only a few years down the line, when games like Contra came out and Castlevania and stuff like that.
So I have to wonder if the Wii U will have those kind of mind-blowing experiences on it.
And maybe not on a visual standpoint, but maybe like the social thing, or the way that they're handling off-screen on the gamepad.
Do you think that the gamepad or Miiverse social aspect to the games will make them that more engaging?
I think that if you could, like, I think one of the videos that they did is like where you can hold the gamepad up to the TV and you'll see like a virtual displays and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. If they can implement that where it just seems totally seamless,
like an AR world around you.
Yeah.
So you can see into the TV and then around you,
and then around the TV of what's in the TV and beyond.
Yeah.
So it's like a dual layer.
Yeah. So if you're like encompassed within the game world,
mm-hmm.
and you have to watch out for enemies circling around behind you.
Yeah, and you can still see them on the TV screen, but then when you move the gamepad and you like look like 180 behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You can still then you get them on the gamepad, but then as they run around and circle you, then they come onto the TV, so you can see them come off the gamepad onto the TV, and it's like a whole new immersion of gameplay.
That might be interesting for horror games.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many things you could do with it. I mean, like 1 minute you can see it, you know it's there, but holy crap, I've lost it because it ran or something, and then the next minute it's jumping at you. Mm-hmm. through the TV, or like I don't know, you know, there's so many different ways you could go about it. So it's not just about like, oh my god, it's Mode 7 scaling now. It's like a whole immersion of like a second layer of game within the game, if you know what I mean. You've essentially got 2 layers now, not just the TV in front of you.
Yeah, the thing is, with this dual screen setup, they're no longer affixed to one another as with the DS. They're
right
detached.
They're attached, right? Yeah. So now they're totally they're not tethered at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't even have to be in the same damn room.
Depending on your walls.
Depending on your walls, right? I mean, a game that would actually you would walk into a room and then you need to find something, so you need to stand up and then walk around your room. And
well, that's
stuff.
more difficult because the game won't know about the layout of your room.
No, I'm talking about within the game, not your layout of the room. That would be pretty cool though if it could have a camera and it could do like a 3D scan of your room, and then it could bring.
I'm sure Microsoft's working on that right now.
Probably, I wouldn't put it past me. Being able to manipulate the world that you're in into the game and pull that into the game. Oh my goodness! Could you imagine that?
Yeah, I mean that's how the old commercials for things like the Super Scope 6 were. You'd dive behind the couch to block enemy fire, and then come up behind the couch to fire back, and it was all nonsense. But that's the vision that they were selling.
Well, it's a vision that I think that can be achieved with this new technologies.
You'd need sufficient cameras.
Oh yeah.
Capture.
I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in the future. In the future, like in another 10 years or so. It's multiple cameras, isn't it? So
I don't know.
It's like instead of having like multiple speakers around your room for your surround sound, there'll be multiple cameras.
No, I think the future is in VR headsets.
You think so?
Uh-huh.
Do you think people want to wear those things again?
If they're light enough and responsive enough.
And they're not tethered.
And they're wireless, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I got with the Sony thing, the Sony headset.
You tried that TGS, right?
I've tried it at not the TGS. I tried it at the Sony store. Yeah, and it's just being tethered. It just takes you away from the whole feeling.
Right, you've got a wire coming out of your temple.
And you're stuck in one position. You can't really move because you've got to be by the receiver.
Right.
So if you're untethered and you're just totally able to walk around, but saying that though, you probably trip over everything and kill yourself anyway.
Right, you probably want to stay stationary and use the control stick to move.
Yeah, so there is complications. So that's why cameras would probably be better for stuff like that.
I'm sure we'll have a whole smattering of implementations.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to the Wii U, and I think it'll have legs, most definitely. And saying that, then if it doesn't, you've always got your Nintendo franchises to keep you comfortable. And
that's good enough for me in any case.
Yeah, well, it kind of was good enough for me for a while on the Wii U, but I think not being in high def kind of it wore thin with me. Yeah, it was always the same thing. I was always used to say, "Oh, this looks great for a Wii U," and I hated saying that.
For a Wii game.
Yeah, this looks great. Sorry, this looks great for the Wii game, and I'm like, I don't want to say that no more.
Yeah, you just want it in HD.
Yeah, I just want it in HD. I mean, like when we played, me and Steven played Pandora's Tower. And Xenoblade as well, and then looking up at the I can't remember what the characters are called now. They're engaged in in combat, and the swords are locked. But you could stand at the basically on the calf, and you could look up, and in the distance you'd be able to see the characters locked in Mortal Kombat. And we'd always used to say, "Wow, that looks great for the Wii." And I didn't want to say that anymore. I don't want to say that no more. So now,
thankfully, we won't have to anymore.
Yeah. So now it's going into HD. I won't have to say that no more.
Yeah.
Never have to say that again. So thank you for Nintendo for bringing me back into HD world.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. And I didn't think I was gonna get that excited, but. I am.
Console launches.
I feel like I was when I first got my Famicom and I knew it was coming. So back on the day, what was I playing? My Commodore 64, and before my Commodore 64 was the Super Famicom, and then I jumped from the the Commodore 64 to a Super Famicom. I was like, holy crap!
Yeah, growing up, new console launches were what got me giddier than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, just counting down the days. I mean, it's like, oh, I just couldn't take another day. It's like it was a long, long countdown.
I think one company kind of killed that for me, though.
Which is?
The Atari and the Jaguar.
Oh, no.
I got that day one. I think I was probably one of the first people in the UK to have one because my father owned a video game store. And he got one. And I got Cybermorph. And I switched it on. And I was like, what's this crap?
Oh, you got burned.
Yeah, so I think that's probably the only console I got on launch that I've been so disappointed. I sold it back within like a day or two.
Ouch.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. I didn't even do that with the 3DO. But the Atari Jaguar just like, it's like it punched me square in the balls when I opened it. I was like, my god. Like, even like at the time, a 368 PC could do better.
386?
Yeah, 386 could do better than that.
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad, don't want this. It's like, what? I've just spent all of this money on it.
Yeah,
you
well,
ungrateful
that game
little...
had no support either.
Yeah. It was Atari. I was thinking it was going to have a lot of support, but yeah, it didn't.
No.
But yeah, so for all you lucky people in the States and in Europe who get your Wii U earlier than us...
You lucky punks.
Yeah, enjoy, man. And I want you to, like, roll in the limelight.
Yeah,
you know?
We'll be reading and watching.
Yeah, we'll be watching, we'll be reading. I want you to roll in it like you're royalty, you know? I want you to, just have fun.
This time you get the early launches.
Yeah.
So.
Happy days, happy days.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. And all console launches for me are exciting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, in the next year or two, we'll have more console launches to look forward to as well. So
yeah, of course. But and Nintendo's always special. I mean, for us, for our generation,
it goes way back.
It goes way back. I mean, I'm 35.
Yeah,
you know, so I'm slightly different to the people who gone. Oh, my first console was a PlayStation. You know, that was 1995.
Yeah, that was a couple generations in.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been there since day one. I mean, with the Atari, you know. So, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to that. Every console for me is exciting. So,
yeah, I'm pumped.
Yes. Bring on the day. Bring on the day.
Yeah,
I like the Nintendo though in Japan when they do it. They launch it on a Saturday, so you can have like the whole day,
the whole weekend
to play games. You know,
Nintendo of America launching on Sundays. What's that about?
Yeah, that's like I'm gonna take the Monday off.
It's like you're robbing people of half the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So
what is that? Oh no, you can't do that. No.
That's where people take sick days, all right?
I know. I mean, that's why you couldn't launch, Final Fantasy or Dragon Warrior on weekdays, right?
Right.
Or on the same day.
Yeah.
I think that was regulated in Japan.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm glad Nintendo have decided to launch it on a Saturday. And
yeah, so I'll be riding the first train into town to wait outside the store.
Yeah, I've already got everything pre-ordered. I actually got it pre-ordered the day that they announced the date and the price. Remember that one?
Yeah, the official pre-orders didn't start until what was it? Mid-September.
Yeah, well, I got mine because I went to like a mom and pop shop and. They always know that they're going to get a certain amount of machines, and I walked in and I asked how many pre-orders have they had so far, and they said 0. So I said, "I'll have give me one," and they went, "Okay." So they always get a bunch of them, no matter.
They're not doing a midnight launch, are they?
No, they're not allowed to. Nintendo doesn't allow it.
Have to wait until morning.
Have to wait till morning. Yeah, no, Nintendo's always been the same. They never allow it. It's same with. Square Enix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most of the stores. I mean, the stores that I normally get like a midnight launch at, everyone else does it other than Nintendo and Square Enix. So basically,
I see.
They'll get their retail privileges pulled.
Ooh,
if they sell them
that's
early.
fun.
And so obviously they can't take that kind of risk, so they don't. Yep. So
calendar dates, people.
Next week, I'll watch. I'm not too sure if I'll watch people playing it live, but I'm looking forward to just listening to impressions of the machine and being switched on and stuff, and people's
all the photos, all the
not just that. I'm looking forward to seeing people's
lineup stories.
Not only that, if how when they switch it on and basically how they go about like doing the Nintendo ID and stuff like just the lame stuff. It's just lame.
Oh, the details and all the answers that we've been waiting for.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you can do this, but oh, you can't do this. And it's like, oh my god, Nintendo, what are you doing? Why can't you do this?
Why didn't you tell us?
Yeah, so that type of information, like that, the hardware manufacturers never say anything until like it's out, and then it's like people like you and me who tell everybody else that, oh, this is the way it is. So,
yeah, I mean, some of those things that, you get Japanese no to are, the bad things that they don't want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And some things are things that they just neglected to mention or wanted to leave as surprises. I mean, it's really kind of bizarre what kind of details get held back until day of, and it actually gets into end customers' hands.
Right. I mean, it already pains me because with the system out in less than a week in the States, there's already official topics on NeoGAF. So
yeah, official game threads, and I mean, you've got the final countdowns, and it's all happening.
It really hurts though because
you can't have it.
We can't have it, I'm watching because normally stuff like that it's all in Japanese because it's obviously the system's being released in Japan first, but it's the opposite now. So the shoe's on the other foot. So
we're in the wrong country. Gotta go back.
Gotta go back. Yeah. You can keep your visa. I don't want it no more.
Oh, it's like, but I mean, at this point, even if I did go back, hypothetically, I wouldn't be able to get a system because all the pre-orders are gone.
Not only that, everything's locked, so there's no point.
And it's region locked. Yeah, so even if I brought a US system back to Japan, I would just be stuck downloading titles, which is what I was going to do anyway. But, I mean, due to the staggered releases of software, usually the Japanese versions come first anyway.
Right.
So I'll be getting mostly those, but it would still be nice to have the choice. Of a region-free system, so I could choose which versions to get and get the earlier versions. I mean, it's more sales all around, and it makes no sense. And that's going to be a pet peeve of mine until the day I die, unless it's made illegal across the world.
Right. Yeah, I know. I understand.
We're in the same boat.
Yes, we are. Anyways, I think we should wrap this up. We've been going along this for about 3 hours now.
Yep, I think we're good.
Yeah, so that was just Wii U. If we talk for 3 hours on a machine that we haven't got hold of yet,
just wait until we do get it.
Oh Christ! I think nobody's want to do this podcast anymore. It's gonna be like, what's going on?
We're at 10 hours. What?
Yeah. No one's gonna want to do this anymore.
Oh, we'll have to break it down.
Yeah, I have to record segments like locally or whatever. I don't know.
One game at a time.
Yeah, right.
One show, just the hardware. Next show, Super Mario Brothers.
I don't know. We have to do something because I'm telling you, the other people are not going to like that.
Yeah, we'll figure out something, but we'll try and have more regular shows, right?
Yes, I'm really hoping to have more regular shows.
Yeah.
As we said before, things got in the way. Families get in the way. Well, just daily life, really.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. So there's not much you can do.
Sometimes schedules just collide, and you can't get all the people you need for a show. And...
Yeah. I mean, there's not much you can do. But
stuff comes up. It's like, oh, and suddenly you're a man short. Ah.
Yeah. Oh, well. Let's wrap it up.
Yep.
So, thank you for listening to Red Sun Gamer, Son of a Podcast, episode Wii U. This is not a number. This is not a number. 50 will be when we are all back together as a crew.
So this is like a Gaiden?
Yeah. I suppose so. Right? What can you do?
Talk about the Wii U, I guess.
Yeah, Wii U. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening. Let's go to some of this.
Let's go to some of this.
Oh, by the way, yeah. Follow Cheesemeister at Cheesemeister3K on the Twitters. And myself, DJmizuhara. Let's go to some of this.
Let's go to some of this.